They did not just bring another woman into the house, they threw a party for it. In the same compound where Bolanle had cooked his meals for 6 years, washed his white shirts until her knuckles bled, and prayed every night for the marriage to work, her husband Femi stood in a borrowed agbada and put a ring on another woman's finger while music played and his mother clapped like she had finally won a war. Bolanle was not given a chair. She stood by the kitchen door holding her baby girl against her chest, watching the man she loved marry someone else because her womb had refused to give him a son. The new wife danced past her and whispered, "Move, you are blocking the light." That was the day Bolanle learnt that humiliation could wear asoebi and smile for pictures. If you are new here, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and watch to the very end because this story will break you and heal you. Comment where you are listening from right now so I can see my family across the world, and tell me what you would have done if you were Bolanle that day. This is not where it started. 3 years before that party, Bolanle met Femi at a fabric shop in Yaba, Lagos. She was 24, a fashion designer who could turn 3 yards of Ankara into something women stopped to admire. She shared a one-room apartment and sold late under a yellow bulb. Femi was 30, a loan officer at a bank in Ikeja, with clean shoes and a soft laugh that made you believe he was safe. He came to sew a native for his mother's birthday and stayed to watch her hands. He said he had never seen a woman so focused. They dated like proper Lagos people. He bought her small chops. She made him kaftans. He met her mother in Ibadan and knelt. She met his mother, Mama Femi, in Surulere, and the woman looked at her hips and said, "This one will give us strong sons." Bolanle laughed. It was not a joke. They married within a year. The wedding was small but joyful. Bolanle moved into the boys' quarters behind the family house because Femi said they would save for a flat in Lekki. She turned it into a home. She put curtains on the windows. She planted scent leaf by the door. She woke at 4 to sew before going to Yaba. Femi was proud. His friends called her sharp wife. Mama Femi called her my daughter in public and corrected her cooking in private. The pressure started the first month. "When are you giving us news?" Mama Femi asked every Sunday. Bolanle smiled and said, "In God's time, Ma." Femi squeezed her hand. At night, he whispered, "Let us enjoy ourselves first." Lagos builds and breaks people. Femi got promoted. Money came. With money came new friends. Mama Femi invited pastors to pray for male children. She bought Bolanle bitter herbs from Oshodi. She told her to stop wearing trousers because trousers blocked the womb. Bolanle endured because she loved her husband and because women in her family endured. When she finally took in the house, celebrated like Femi had been made director. Mama Femi cooked jollof for the neighbors. Femi bought a small car and said it was for the baby. Bolanle cried and stitched tiny clothes in blue because everyone said first sons brought honor. She did not know she was sewing for a war. The pregnancy was hard. She vomited until her ribs hurt. She still sewed because they needed money. Femi started coming home late. He said work was heavy. Mama Femi said a pregnant woman must not stress a man. Bolanle kept quiet and rubbed shea butter on her belly, whispering, "Please come and let us have peace." Teniola was born on a Tuesday in October at Island Maternity. She came out screaming with a full head of hair and eyes that looked too knowing. The nurse placed her on Bolanle's chest and said, "Congratulations, Mama. You have a beautiful girl." Bolanle wept and thanked God. Femi came 3 hours late with wilting flowers. He looked at the baby, looked at Bolanle, and said nothing. Mama Femi did not come. She sent a message. "Tell her we were expecting good news." That was the first crack. At the naming, they called her Teniola, meaning follow wealth, because Bolanle's mother insisted a child is wealth. Mama Femi hissed and said, "Teniola or not, we still need a boy in this house." People laughed awkwardly. Bolanle held her baby tighter. Hell came like slow poison. Femi stopped touching Bolanle. He stopped giving full housekeeping money. He said the economy was bad. Mama Femi called Teniola that girl. She said, "That girl cries too much, like her mother. Carry that girl from my parlor. She brings bad luck." When Bolanle defended her, Mama Femi said, "I have raised 4 sons. Do not teach me." Bolanle fought by working harder. She took more orders. She finished dresses at midnight, breastfed, and was up by 5 to make breakfast. She thought if she proved her worth, they would soften. They did not. After Teniola turned 1, Femi changed. He followed a prophet who said his destiny needed a male heir. One night, he told Bolanle plainly, "I need a son. My name cannot die here." Bolanle said, "Then let us try again. God gives children." Femi shook his head. "I cannot wait for God to gamble with my future. I will marry a second wife." She thought he was joking until Mama Femi cleared the second room, until Femi brought home Ronke, a cream marketer from Egbeda who called Mama Femi mommy and looked at Bolanle like a maid. The day he told her officially, she was ironing his shirt. He sat on their bed and said it like office news. "I have found someone. She understands what is at stake. You will remain my wife. She will give us the son." Bolanle's hands shook and burnt a hole through the collar. She did not shout. She asked only, "What did I do wrong by giving you a daughter?" He had no answer. The wedding was in the compound on a Saturday, with canopies and a DJ. Mama Femi danced in gold lace. Ronke wore white and red. Femi wore the agbada Bolanle had sewn. Bolanle was told to help in the kitchen. She stood in an old Ankara Tiniola strapped to her back, watching her life end with applause. Auntie Carol, the neighbor who sold drinks at the gate, saw her tears. She squeezed her shoulder and whispered, "Endure, my daughter, God sees." Bolanle nodded because she had no strength left to speak. But inside her chest, something had begun to form. Not anger yet, just the quiet decision that she would not die in this house. Life with 2 wives is a special hell. Ronke did not cook or clean. She ordered Bolanle around. Mama Femi backed her. If Bolanle complained, Femi said, "You are the senior wife, act like it." If she kept quiet, they called her proud. Every morning, Bolanle swept the compound while Ronke slept in. Every night she washed plates while Ronke painted her nails and laughed on the phone. The disrespect was daily, deliberate, designed to break her spirit. Teniola was 2 and understood too much. She hid behind the sewing machine when Ronke mocked her. One evening, Ronke said before visitors, "This child is too dark. She cannot represent this family in pictures." Bolanle carried Teniola inside and cried into her hair. That night, Teniola wiped her mother's tears with her tiny palm and said, "Mommy, don't cry. I fine." Bolanle broke completely. Her brother Dele came from Ibadan and told Femi, "You are killing my sister." Femi said, "I am expanding my family." Dele told Bolanle to leave. She said, "Where will I go with a child and no money?" He left 5,000 naira and he promised. Bolanle's business failed because she had no peace. Customers complained. Femi refused to pay Teniola's school fees at 3. He said, "Ronke is pregnant. We must focus." Ronke got pregnant in 4 months and the house celebrated again. Mama Femi bought a goat. Femi rented a hall for the gender reveal. It was a boy. That night, Bolanle packed a small bag. She did not leave. Teniola had fever and called daddy in her sleep. Ronke gave birth to a boy they named King David. The house changed. Femi bought a new car. Mama Femi slept in Ronke's room to help with the baby. Bolanle and Teniola were moved from the quarters to the store by the generator because it needed to be renovated for a nanny. The store had no window. It smelled of fuel. Teniola developed a cough. Still, Bolanle endured. She told herself, "My daughter needs a father, even a foolish one." She told Teniola stories to cover the generator sound. She taught her to read with old newspapers. Teniola was brilliant. At 4, she could spell her name and count to 100. At 4 and a half, she asked, "Mommy, why does Grandma hate me?" Bolanle said, "Because some people do not know how to love what they did not expect." Teniola nodded like she understood, and from then on she stopped running to her grandmother for anything. She ran only to books. In that store, under the buzzing generator, Bolanle would read proverbs aloud, while Teniola repeated each line, her voice steady. Those nights built something in the girl that no insult could touch, a fire that would become her strength. The final betrayal came from Femi's greed. He had been taking loans at the bank with fake documents. He used Bolanle's name and BVN to open an account because her ID was clean. He told her it was for a cooperative. She signed because she trusted him. He collected 3 million naira. When the loan went bad and the bank investigated, Femi panicked. Mama Femi told him to clean his name. Ronke said the senior wife was bad luck. They needed a sacrifice. They accused Bolanle of stealing Ronke's gold and trying to harm baby David with juju. Mama Femi swore she saw Bolanle sprinkle powder near the court. Ronke cried over a missing earring. Femi did not ask questions. He stood in the parlor and said, "I have tolerated you enough. You and your daughter bring curse to my house." Bolanle knelt on the cold tiles. She said, "Femi, you know me. I have never stolen. I have never wished evil on a child. Look at Teniola. She is your blood." Femi looked away. Mama Femi pointed at Teniola and said, the words that broke Bolanle forever, "Take this worthless girl and leave my son's house before she infects my grandson with her failure." Ronke smirked. Neighbors gathered. Auntie Carol tried to intervene. Femi pushed her aside. He told Bolanle to pack before sunset. Bolanle packed in 20 minutes. One Ghana must go bag, her sewing machine head, Teniola's birth certificate, and a small Bible. Teniola held her scrap fabric doll and watched her father carry their mattress out like trash. It was raining when they left, that Lagos drizzle that makes everywhere sad. Teniola wore a yellow raincoat too big. Bolanle carried the bag on her head and held her daughter's hand. At the gate, Teniola stopped and turned back. She looked at her father under the veranda beside his mother and his new wife and his son. She said in a clear voice, "Daddy, I will come back." Femi laughed, a short, cruel laugh. He said, "Come back and do what? Go with your mother." Bolanle did not look back. If she did, she would turn to salt. She walked into the street with her child, with no house, no husband, no money, and a debt in her name she did not know yet. Behind her, the gate shut with a clang that sounded final. Auntie Carol ran after them with an umbrella and 2,000 naira. She pressed it into Bolanle's hand and said, "Go to my sister in Mushin. She has a room." They boarded a danfo at the junction. Teniola pressed her face to the window, watching the house disappear. She did not cry. She held her mother's hand tighter and whispered, "Mommy, I will come back." Bolanle pulled her close, kissed her forehead, and made a promise to the God who sees. She said, "We will survive, we will rise, and the day we return, it will not be to beg." The bus drove into Lagos traffic, into the unknown, into the beginning of a different life. In the back seat, a 4-year-old girl they called Worthless stared at the city and memorized every pain, every face, every word, storing them like evidence for a future courtroom she did not yet understand. 15 years later, that same gate would open for her again, but the man who threw her out would not be laughing. They thought throwing us out would bury us. They did not know they planted us. Mushin did not welcome Bolanle with soft hands. It welcomed her with noise, with generators that never slept, with a single room that smelled of kerosene and other people's sweat. Mama Iyabu, Auntie Carol's elder sister, gave them the back room for 3,000 naira a month and one rule: No crying after 10 because her husband worked early. Bolanle paid the first month with the 2,000 naira Caro gave her and the last 1,000 she borrowed from a woman at the bus stop. That night, she spread a wrapper on the floor, laid Teniola beside her, and stared at the ceiling where cockroaches ran races. Teniola did not complain. At 4 years old, she learned how to fetch water from the shared tap without spilling. She learned to greet every elder with "Good morning, ma," "Good morning, sir." She learned to sit quietly while her mother pedaled the old sewing machine head that Bolanle had balanced on a wooden plank. The machine sounded like a tired heart, but it brought small money. Bolanle started again from zero. She told the women in the compound she could sew. She made school uniforms for 50 naira profit. She amended trousers. She turned old lace into church blouses. Some customers paid late. Some did not pay. She still sewed. At night when Teniola slept, Bolanle would press her palm to her chest and pray the same prayer. God, let my daughter not inherit my shame. The shame found them anyway. 6 months after they left Surulere, a letter came from a microfinance bank. It was addressed to Bolanle Adegoke. It said she owed 3,214,000 naira, with interest growing daily. It said legal action would commence in 14 days. Bolanle's hands shook so hard the paper tore. She had never borrowed 3 million in her life. She remembered signing a paper Femi brought home. It said it was for a cooperative that would help her buy a better machine. She had signed because she trusted her husband. She had signed her own prison. She went to the bank in Yaba with Teniola holding her hand. The manager, a tired man with glasses, showed her the form. Her signature was there. Her BVN was there. Her passport photo was there. He said, "Madam, this is fraud, but on paper it is you." Bolanle begged. She explained. The man said, "Bring your husband." She laughed, a broken sound. She had no husband. That week, bailiffs came to Mushin. They did not take much because there was nothing to take. They took the wooden plank table. They took the small standing fan. Mama Iyabo shouted at Bolanle to leave before they brought trouble to her house. Auntie Caro came and knelt and begged Mama Iyabo. She said, "Let them stay. God will pay you back." Teniola watched everything. She watched her mother kneel before strangers. She watched men write inventory of their poverty. She did not cry. She memorized the bank's name, the manager's face, the words joint liability. That night she asked, "Mommy, why did Daddy do this?" Bolanle had no good answer, so she told the truth. Because he's a coward. Because he thought a woman would stay quiet. Something shifted in Teniola that night. She stopped being just a child. She became a witness. And witnesses do not forget anything. School saved her. At 5, Mama Iyabo helped enroll her in the local public primary school because Bolanle could not afford private. The head teacher, Mrs. Bisi, noticed the girl in the faded uniform who always sat in front. Teniola could read before the others could spell. She could add numbers faster than the teacher could write them. Mrs. Bisi called Bolanle and said, "This child is not ordinary. Do not let Mushin swallow her." Bolanle worked like a mad woman to keep her in school. She sewed from 4 in the morning till midnight. Her eyes grew red. Her back bent. She refused to let Teniola hawk on the street like other children. She said, "Your job is your book. Leave the suffering to me." Teniola kept her promise. She came first in every class. At 9, she won a local essay competition with a piece titled "My Mother's Hands." She wrote, "My mother's hands are rough, but they built a house inside a room." The judges cried. The prize was 20,000 naira and a scholarship form to a better secondary school in Surulere. The irony was not lost on Bolanle. Surulere, where they were thrown out, was where her daughter would return to learn. The scholarship was partial. Bolanle still had to find money for books, for transport, for exam fees. She took extra jobs. She sold asoebi for noisy weddings and did not sleep for 3 days straight. Once she fainted at the machine. Teniola found her on the floor and screamed. A neighbor poured water on her face. When Bolanle opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was her daughter's terrified face. She pulled her close and whispered, "We will not die here." Teniola started tutoring younger children after school for 200 naira per hour. She saved every kobo in a small tin. She bought her mother painkillers. She bought herself second-hand textbooks. She learned early that waiting for rescue was a waste of time. She also learned to hide her pain behind perfect scores. Teachers praised her brilliance, but none saw the nights she stayed awake, listening to her mother cough from generator fumes, promising herself that one day she would buy a house with clean air and quiet walls. Meanwhile, in Surulere, the house that threw them out was cracking. Femi's luck did not last. The bank audit that started with the 3 million loan grew bigger. Investigators found more fake accounts, more forged signatures, more money moved to buy land in Ronke's name. Femi was suspended quietly. He told his family it was a leave. Mama Femi believed him. Ronke changed after she gave birth. She wanted a big life. She opened a shop with Femi's money and closed it in 6 months. She started traveling to Dubai to buy hair. She came back with more luggage than profit. She fought with Mama Femi over control of the kitchen. The house that once clapped for her became a battlefield of two women who both wanted to be queen. King David, their precious son, grew into a boy who knew he was the heir. At 8, he refused to greet elders. At 10, he was caught stealing phones at school. At 12, he was expelled for fighting a teacher. Femi beat him. Ronke defended him. Mama Femi blamed evil spirits. No one blamed bad parenting. The money started slipping. Femi sold the second car. Then he borrowed against the family house. Then the bank called his loan. The same bank that once praised him now sent him letters with red stamps. The same microfinance that hounded Bolanle had been quietly bought by a bigger bank, and the file with her name was transferred. Teniola did not know any of this yet. She was busy becoming dangerous in the best way. She passed WAEC with 7 A's and 2 B's. She gained admission to study law at the University of Lagos on a full scholarship from a women's foundation that read her essay. On the day the admission letter came, Bolanle locked the door of their one room, held the paper to her chest, and wept for 1 hour straight. Teniola held her and said, "Mommy, you will never sew for survival again. I promise." University was another war. Teniola had no laptop. She wrote notes by hand and borrowed books from the library. She joined the legal aid clinic in year 2. There she met Mr. Akin, a senior advocate in his 60s who had seen everything. He saw how she argued, how she listened, how she never raised her voice but made people shift in their seats. He took her under his wing. He said, "Law is not about shouting. It is about evidence. It is about patience. You have both." In her 3rd year, the clinic assigned her to help women facing death harassment. She sat across from market women who had signed papers they did not understand. She saw her mother's story in every face. One afternoon, a file landed on her desk from the archives. It was a bad debt portfolio from 2011. She opened it to practice drafting a defense. The name on the first page froze her blood. Bolanle Adegoke, amount outstanding 3,214,000. Co-signer Femi Adegoke. Status dormant. Transferred. Teniola's hands went cold. She read every page. She saw the forged BVN linkage. She saw the signature that matched her mother's careful slant but was dated on a day Bolanle was in the hospital giving birth to her. She saw the internal memo that said staff involved suspended pending investigation. The staff name was Femi Adegoke. She closed the file and walked out of the library into the rain. She did not cry. She stood under the water and let it wash her face. For 15 years, she had carried a child's memory of being called worthless. Now she held a man's crime in her hands. She took the file to Mr. Akin. He read it slowly, removed his glasses, and said, "This is not just a death case. This is identity theft, forgery, and bank fraud. If your mother had been a man with connections, this would have been cleared years ago." He looked at her and asked, "What do you want to do?" Teniola answered without blinking, "I want to clear my mother's name, and I want the man who did this to answer for it." Mr. Akin nodded. He said, "Then you must become the kind of lawyer they cannot ignore. Finish your degree. Come work with me. We will build the case quietly." Teniola graduated top of her class. She was called to the Nigerian bar at 23. Bolanle sold her own aso-ebi for the ceremony, a simple blue lace she had saved for 3 years to buy. When Teniola wore her wig and gown and hugged her mother, the photographers at the hall did not know they were photographing a revenge, 15 years in the making. She joined Akin and Co. in Victoria Island. Within 2 years, she won 3 high-profile cases for women defrauded by loan sharks. Newspapers called her the people's advocate. She was invited to speak on TV about financial abuse in marriage. She never mentioned her father, not yet. At night, she would open an old notebook where she had written every insult from childhood, every name they called her mother, every date. She turned pain into preparation. She studied land law, banking regulations, and forgery statutes until she could recite them like psalms, knowing the day would come when memory would need proof. During that time, Femi's world collapsed completely. The bank finally filed charges. The house in Surulere was placed under a court order. Ronke left with King David to stay with her sister in Ibadan after a fight where she accused Femi of ruining her life. Mama Femi suffered a mild stroke and could no longer shout, only whisper. Femi, now 52, was selling his watches to pay lawyers. He heard about a young female lawyer who was beating banks in court. He saw her picture in the newspaper. He did not recognize the girl in the wig. The caption read, "Teniola Adegoke wins landmark judgment for single mothers." He read the surname and felt a strange chill, but told himself Adegoke is common. One Tuesday morning, a letter was delivered to Akin and Co. It was a brief from the Asset Management Corporation. They wanted the firm to lead the recovery and prosecution of a legacy fraud case involving a former bank staff. The file number matched the old microfinance debt. The lead defendant was listed as Femi Adegoke. Mr. Akin placed the file on Teniola's desk. He did not say anything. He just watched her. Teniola opened it. She saw her father's passport photo from 15 years ago, younger, smiling. She saw her mother's forged signature. She saw the address of the house she was thrown out of. She saw the amount with interest, now over 12 million. Her phone buzzed. It was Bolanle. She said, "Tenny, are you coming home for dinner? I made effort." Teniola smiled and said, "Yes, mommy, I will be home soon." She closed the file, stood up, straightened her blazer, and looked out at the Lagos skyline. The little girl in the yellow raincoat, who promised to come back, was now a woman with the law in her hand. Tomorrow morning, she would walk into the Federal High Court and file the first motion. And for the first time since that rainy day at the gate, Femi Adegoke would hear his daughter's name spoken in a place where he could not laugh it away. The first time Femi Adegoke saw his daughter again, she was wearing a black robe and calling his name for the record. Federal High Court, Ikoyi, Courtroom 4. The air conditioner hummed like a tired prayer. Teniola Adegoke stood at the front table, her wig perfectly set, her voice steady. She said, "May it please this honorable court, for the claimant, I appear with Mr. Akin, San. The matter is Amcon versus Femi Adegoke and 2 others." Femi, sitting at the dock in a brown kaftan that hung loose on his shrunken shoulders, looked up and frowned. He had seen her face in the newspaper, but he did not connect it to the child in the yellow raincoat. He whispered to his lawyer, "Who is she?" His lawyer shrugged. Bolanle was not in court that morning. Teniola had begged her to stay home. She said, "Mommy, You have already testified with your life. Let me speak with the law today. Bolanle sat in their small flat in Yaba, holding her rosary, listening to a small radio. Auntie Carol sat beside her, holding her hand. Mrs. Bissy, now retired, had called to say she was watching the live stream from her phone. Mr. Akin opened with the facts. He laid out the loan from 2011, 3 million naira taken in Bolanle Adegoke's name, BVN linked without consent, signature forged, funds diverted to accounts controlled by the defendant, then used to purchase land in Egbeda in the name of his second wife. He tendered documents one by one. The judge, Justice Okafor, a woman with sharp eyes, marked each exhibit. When it was Teniola's turn, the room shifted. She did not raise her voice. She walked the court through the dates. She showed the hospital record from Island Maternity dated the 12th of October 2011. Time of birth 2:14 a.m. She showed the loan form dated the 12th of October 2011. Timestamp 9:03 a.m. with a signature purportedly of a woman who was in a postnatal ward bleeding and holding a newborn. She showed the handwriting analysis. She showed the internal memo from the bank suspending Femi Adegoke for irregularities. Femi's lawyer stood and said, "My lord, this is a civil recovery, not a forgery trial." Teniola answered, "My lord, fraud vitiates everything. You cannot recover on a crime." The judge nodded. Then Teniola called her first witness, Bolanle Adegoke. The doors opened and Bolanle walked in. She wore a simple navy blue iro and buba, her hair in a low bun, no makeup. She looked small, but she walked straight. The entire gallery went quiet. Femi stared. For a second, his mouth opened. 15 years had carved lines around Bolanle's eyes, but her dignity was intact. Teniola led her gently. She asked, "Ma, do you know the defendant?" Bolanle looked at Femi for the first time in 15 years and said, "Yes, he was my husband." She asked, "Did you apply for a loan of 3 million in 2011? Bolanle said, "No." She asked, "Did you sign this form?" Bolanle looked at the paper and said, "That looks like my name, but I did not sign it. I was in the hospital giving birth to our daughter. I only signed what he told me was for a cooperative." Femi's lawyer tried to shake her. He asked, "Madam, are you not bitter because your husband married another wife?" Bolanle did not flinch. She said, "I was in pain then. I am not bitter now. I am here to tell the truth, so my daughter will not carry a debt that is not hers." She said it simply, and the court believed her because truth does not need perfume. Next, Teniola called an unexpected witness, Ronke Adegoke. A gasp moved through the room. Ronke walked in wearing a plain black dress, no jewelry, her face tired. She had left Femi 6 months earlier, after he could no longer fund her trips. King David was in Ibadan with her sister, now 17, and already in trouble with police for theft. Ronke had been offered immunity for her testimony. Teniola asked her, "Did you know about the loan?" Ronke looked down and said, "Yes. Femi told me he used his first wife's name because her record was clean. He said women don't fight back." The gallery murmured. The judge banged her gavel once. Ronke continued, "He bought the land in my name to hide it. He told me if anything happened, I should say Bolanle begged him for money. I lied for years. I am tired of lying." Femi stood up and shouted, "You ungrateful woman." The court orderly made him sit. Then the doors opened again, and a wheelchair was pushed in. Mama Femi. She was thinner, her left hand curled, her voice a whisper after the stroke. Teniola had subpoenaed her as a hostile witness, but she did not need to ask much. Mama Femi looked at Bolanle, and tears ran down her cheeks. In a broken voice, she said, "I called your child worthless. God has shown me I was the worthless one. Forgive me." Bolanle stood and walked to her. She knelt beside the wheelchair, took the old woman's hand, and said, "I forgave you the day I left your house. I had to, so my heart would not poison my child. The cameras caught it. The country watched a woman. They threw out nail to lift the woman who threw her. Femi broke. He put his head in his hands and wept. Not the tears of a man sorry for his crime, but the tears of a man who finally understood the weight of what he had lost. Teniola gave her closing address. She did not insult her father. She spoke about the law. She spoke about women who sign papers they do not understand because they trust the men who share their bed. She spoke about daughters who grew up carrying debts they did not make. She asked the court for three things. 1. A declaration that Bolanle Adegoke was a victim of identity theft and bore no liability. 2. A criminal referral for forgery and fraud against Femi Adegoke. 3. An order for restitution and the auction of his assets to repay the debt. Justice Okafor retired for 30 minutes. When she returned, the court stood. She spoke clearly. She granted all three prayers. She said, "This court has seen a pattern of financial abuse masked as culture. The law will not bless it." She cleared Bolanle's name in open court and ordered her credit record corrected immediately. She referred Femi's case to the EFCC for prosecution. She ordered the Surulere property, bought with proceeds, to be sold. The courtroom erupted in soft murmurs, not cheers, because this was not entertainment. Bolanle covered her mouth and wept quietly, not from victory, but from relief. Auntie Caro shouted, "Thank you, Jesus," from the back and was gently hushed by the orderly. Teniola stood still, her hands clasped behind her back, feeling 15 years, lift off her shoulders like a heavy wrapper, finally untied. Mr. Akin placed a hand on her shoulder and whispered, "You did it with dignity." That mattered more than the win. Outside the courtroom, reporters rushed. Femi stood alone by the pillars, his lawyer already on the phone looking for another client. He saw Teniola packing her files. He walked to her and said, "Counselor, please, you have won. Can you help me beg them?" Teniola looked at him. Up close, he was smaller than she remembered. The man who once laughed at a 4-year-old was now asking that child for mercy. She said, "Mr. Adegoke, do you remember a rainy day 15 years ago at a gate in Surulere? A little girl in a yellow raincoat said, 'Daddy, I will come back,' and you laughed." Femi's eyes widened. His lips trembled. He whispered, Tiniola." He reached out. She did not step back. She did not step forward. She said, "I am Teniola Adegoke, daughter of Bolanle Adegoke. I am the worthless girl your mother named. I did not come back to laugh at you. I came back so the record would show the truth." He fell to his knees right there on the marble floor. He said, "Forgive me. Tell your mother forgive me." Teniola said, "My mother forgave you long ago. That is why she is free and you are still in chains. I will not represent you. The law will. If you tell the whole truth, perhaps you will find peace." 3 months later, the auction held. The Surulere house, with its faded paint and memories, was listed. Many people came to buy because of the story. Teniola came with a bank draft. She did not buy it for revenge. She bought it because her mother deserved to choose what to do with the place that broke her. On a Saturday morning, Bolanle stood at that same gate. This time, Auntie Caro opened it for her. Mrs. Bisi was there. Mr. Akin was there. Dele, her brother, who had finally returned from Ibadan, held her elbow. Teniola placed the keys in her mother's palm and said, "Mommy, this house is yours. Do what you want with it." Bolanle walked into the compound slowly. She passed the kitchen where she once stood, while another woman married her husband. She passed the veranda where Femi laughed. She entered the parlor and sat in Mama Femi's old chair. She looked around and said, "Turn this place into a school for girls. Let no child who is called worthless ever believe it." They named it the Teniola Center for Girls. The first class had 23 students from Mushin and Surulere. On opening day, Bolanle cut the ribbon with sewing scissors. Teniola stood beside her in a simple dress. No wig, no robe. Reporters asked her how it felt to win. She said, "I did not win against my father. I won for my mother. The law did the rest." Femi was convicted 6 months later for forgery and obtained a plea deal that gave him 2 years with restitution. He wrote a letter from prison. He did not ask for money. He asked if he could see his daughter once. Teniola went with Bolanle. They sat across a table. He looked older, humbled. He said, "I wanted a son to carry my name. I did not know my name would be carried by the daughter I rejected." Teniola replied, "Names are not carried by gender. They are carried by character." Mama Femi died peacefully in her sleep a year later in the small room Teniola rented for her near the center. Before she died, she held Bolanle's hand and whispered, "Thank you for not leaving me to die alone." Bolanle buried her with honor because that is who Bolanle had always been. Ronke returned once, asking for help for King David, who was in a juvenile facility. Teniola did not turn her away. She sent a lawyer from her firm to represent the boy pro bono. She told Ronke, hot people, we will break the cycle here." On the 5th anniversary of the judgment, Teniola stood in the courtyard of the center, teaching a class of 12-year-old girls about their rights. She told them, "If anyone ever calls you worthless, remember that worth is not given by men or mothers-in-law. It is built by you, one honest day at a time." One girl raised her hand and asked, "Auntie, were you scared?" Teniola smiled and said, "Every day. But I remembered my mother's hands. They were rough, but they built a house inside the room. They taught me I could build anything." The girls clapped, not for her story, but for themselves, for the futures they now believed possible inside these walls today. Bolanle watched from the doorway, her sewing machine, now in a proper workshop, where she taught women tailoring for free. She no longer sewed for survival, she sewed for legacy. Later that night, Teniola walked alone through the classrooms, touching each desk like a prayer. On the blackboard in room 3, a student had written in chalk, "I am not worthless." She traced the words with her finger and felt her throat tighten. All those years in Mushin, reading by candlelight while her mother coughed, all those nights she repeated statutes to herself, had led to this simple sentence on a wall. She understood then that revenge had never been the goal. The goal had always been to make the word worthless lose its power in her family forever. That evening, mother and daughter sat on the veranda of the house that once threw them out. The generator was off. The air was clean. Lagos traffic hummed far away. Bolanle leaned her head on Teniola's shoulder and said, "We survived." Teniola answered, "We rose." And in the quiet, the little girl in the yellow raincoat finally stopped memorizing pain. She had turned it into proof, into law, into a school, into a future where no daughter would ever have to come back for revenge because she would never be thrown away in the first place. The man who once threw a mother and child into the ring came back 5 years later to ask for the keys to the gate. Before we continue, don't forget to like this post, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and share your thoughts about this story. Let's continue. It was 6:14 inches the morning at the Teniola Center for Girls in Surulere. The compound that once hosted a wedding to humiliate Bolanle now smelled of chalk dust and fresh bread from the kitchen. 147 girls in navy uniforms lined up for assembly, reciting the words Teniola had written on the wall. "I have a voice, I have a right, I have a future." Teniola stood on the veranda watching them, a clipboard in her hand, her hair pulled back, no wig, no robe. She was 29 and tired in a good way. Bolanle was inside the workshop, teaching 3 widows how to cut a straight line on Ankara. Her hands shook sometimes now, but her eyes were sharp. She coughed often from the years of generator fumes in Mushin, but she refused to stop working. She told Teniola every night, "Work is my medicine." That morning the security man did not show up. The gateman's chair was empty. At 6:30, a knock came at the gate. King David stood there. He was not the 12-year-old boy who was expelled for fighting teachers. He was 22, tall, thin, with a scar above his left eyebrow and a backpack that looked empty. He did not call her sister. He said, "Good morning, auntie. I am looking for work. I can fix computers. I can clean classes. I heard you help boys like me." Teniola stared at the face that looked too much like her father's when he was young. This was the son Femi had married another woman to get the heir. The boy Ronke once said would inherit everything. He had spent 2 years in a correctional center in Ibadan for stealing a phone to pay for his mother's hospital bill. Ronke had left him there and moved to Ghana with a new man. Teniola wanted to say no. Her chest tightened with the memory of her mother being called worthless while this boy was called king. But she saw his hands shaking. She saw the shame in his eyes. She remembered what Mr. Akin told her years ago. Law is about evidence and patience. She said, "Come back tomorrow at 7. We will try you for 1 week." He nodded and left before the girls saw him. At noon, another knock came. This time it was slower, heavier. Femi Adegoke stood at the gate with a small Ghana must go bag, wearing a faded polo shirt and slippers. He was 57 now, his hair grey, his shoulders bent from prison work. He had served his 2 years and paid part of the restitution by selling the last piece of land in his village. He did not look at Teniola. He looked at Bolanle, who had come out when she heard the voice. He knelt on the same spot where he once told them to leave. He said, "Bolanle, I have nowhere to go. I am not asking to come back as your husband. I am asking for work. I can watch the gate at night." The girls at assembly turned to watch. The teachers froze. Bolanle walked to the gate slowly, her hand on her chest because her heart was beating fast. She looked at the man who had destroyed her life, and then at the school she had built from that destruction. She said, "You can sleep in the security post. You will be paid like everyone else. You will greet every girl with respect. If you cannot, leave." Femi wept and touched his forehead to the ground. Teniola watched her mother give mercy to the man who never gave it to her, and she understood for the first time that strength was not only winning in court. That peace lasted 3 weeks. On a Tuesday, a white envelope with a government seal arrived. It was a notice of revocation of title from the Lagos State Lands Bureau, signed by a councilman named Chief Okoro. It claimed the Surulere property was still under investigation as proceeds of crime and must be surrendered for public use. A shopping mall developer was listed as the preferred bidder. Teniola read it twice. Mr. Akin read it once and said, "This is not law. This is politics. The bank you embarrassed 5 years ago is funding Chief Okoro's campaign. They want the land." The next blow came from inside her own house. Tunde, Mr. Akin's son and a junior partner at the firm, walked into her office and closed the door. He was brilliant, ambitious, and had always envied the way clients asked for Teniola by name. He placed a file on her desk. Inside were copies of the auction documents from when she bought the house. He said, "You used confidential information from the AMCOM brief to prepare your bid. That is a conflict of interest. If I file a petition with the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, you could be suspended." Teniola felt cold. She said, "I bought that house with my own salary, 3 years of savings." He smiled and said, "Prove it in a hearing that will take 2 years. By then, the school will be gone. Or withdraw from the land case. Let Chief Okoro have the property, and I will lose this file." That night, Teniola did not sleep. She sat on the veranda while Femi patrolled with a torch. King David was inside fixing the old computers for the JSS 3 class. Bolanle coughed in her room, a deep cough that scared Teniola. The doctor had warned her 2 months earlier about early heart failure. He said, avoid stress. How do you avoid stress when the house you built is about to be taken? She called Mr. Akin at midnight. He listened and said, Tenny, you have two choices. Fight them with the law and risk everything, or fight them with the people the law is meant to protect. She asked what he meant. He said, bring the girls to court. The hearing was fixed for Friday at the High Court in Ikeja. Chief Okoro came with 3 sons in expensive wigs. Tunde sat with them, not looking at his father. The developer's lawyer argued that the property was tainted and the school was an illegal occupant. When it was Teniola's turn, she did not open her law books. She stood and said, My lord, I have no new case law today. I have witnesses. She opened the back doors and 147 girls in navy uniforms walked in quietly and filled the gallery. The judge stared. One by one, Teniola called them. A 13-year-old named Amaka said, Before this school, I hawked pure water at Oshodi. Now I want to be a nurse. A 15-year-old named Zainab said, My father wanted to marry me off at 14. Auntie Teniola's mother spoke to him. Now I am in SS2. King David, wearing a clean white shirt, testified as the computer teacher. He said, I was in prison at 17. This school gave me a second chance. I teach these girls so they never need a second chance. Then Femi was called. He walked to the witness box in his security uniform, his cap in his hands. The courtroom whispered. Teniola asked him, Mr. Adegoke, who bought this land originally? He said, I did, with stolen money. She asked, who bought it at auction? He said, my daughter, with money she earned. She asked, why are you here? He looked at the judge and said, I am here to tell the truth for the first time in my life. If you take this school, you will punish children for the sins of their fathers. I have done enough of that. Chief Okoro's lawyer stood to cross-examine, but the judge raised her hand. She said, I have heard enough. She did not give judgment that day. She said she would visit the property. On Monday morning, Justice Okafor arrived at the center, unannounced, without her robe, with only her clerk. Bolanle was in the workshop, teaching. She was pale and breathing hard, but she stood when the judge entered. The judge asked, Mama, why did you turn your pain into a school? Bolanle smiled and said, My lord, I did not have a son to carry my husband's name. God gave me a daughter to carry many girls' futures. That is enough. The judge looked around at the sewing machines, at the computer lab King David built from scrap, at Femi mopping the corridor, at Eniola holding her mother's elbow to keep her steady. She nodded once. 2 days later, the ruling came. The court dismissed the revocation. It held that the property was lawfully purchased by Teniola Adegoke with traceable legitimate income, and that the public interest was best served by allowing the school to remain. The court also referred Tunde Akin to the disciplinary committee for attempted blackmail, based on a recording Mr. Akin had wisely made of his son's threat. Chief Okoro lost the next election. The bank quietly withdrew its interest. That evening, the center held a small party. No DJ, just rice and chicken, cooked by Auntie Carol. The girls sang. Bolanle sat in a chair and watched, her hand over her heart. Teniola knelt beside her and said, Mommy, rest. Bolanle shook her head and said, I am not tired. I am complete. Later, after everyone had gone, Teniola found Femi sitting alone by the gate, his torch off. She sat beside him, something she never thought she would do. He said, Thank you for letting me stay. She said, You are not staying for me, you are staying for them. He nodded and said, I wanted a son to make me proud. I got a daughter who made me better. I am sorry it took prison to see it. King David walked over with 2 bottles of water. He handed one to Femi and one to Teniola. He sat on the ground between them. For a long time, none of them spoke. 3 people who should have been enemies shared the quiet of a compound that had seen too much shouting. Inside, Bolanle's cough worsened. Teniola rushed her to the hospital that night. The doctor kept her for 3 days. On the third day, Bolanle held Teniola's hand and said, "If I go, do not close the workshop. Teach them to sew straight lines and to stand straight in life." Teniola cried for the first time since she was 4. She said, "You are not going anywhere. We still have work." Bolanle lived. She came home weaker but alive. She could no longer stand for long hours, so she sat and supervised. She told stories while the girls sewed. She told them about a woman who was thrown out with a baby and a sewing machine head, and how that machine built a school. 1 year later, on the anniversary of the court's visit, the center opened a new block funded by donations from women Teniola had helped in court. They named it the Bolanle Wing. At the ribbon cutting, Teniola did not give a speech. She invited Femi to speak. He stood in his security uniform, looked at the crowd of parents and girls, and said, "I once thought a child was worthless because she was a girl. I was wrong. My daughter taught me that worth is not given at birth. It is built every day. Please help her build it for others." The crowd clapped. King David filmed it on his phone. Auntie Carol cried loudly. Mr. Akin, now retired, wiped his eyes. That night, after the lights were out, Teniola walked through the Bolanle wing alone. She stopped at a classroom where a new girl, maybe 9 years old, had fallen asleep on her desk waiting for her mother. Teniola gently woke her and walked her to the gate where Femi was waiting to lock up. The girl waved goodbye and said, "Good night, Auntie Lawyer." Teniola stood at the gate and looked up at the sign above it. Teniola Center for Girls, founded by a mother and daughter who refused to stay down. She thought about the rainy day 15 years ago, about the courtroom 5 years ago, about the hearing last year. She understood finally that the story was never about revenge. Revenge ends when the other person falls. This story would not end, because every girl who walked through that gate would carry it forward. She turned off the last light, and Femi locked the gate from the inside, the way a father should protect a home. Bolanle watched from her window upstairs, a blanket over her knees, and whispered a prayer of thanks, not for victory, but for true peace that finally felt like home after so many wandering years. Inside the compound, in the quiet, the little girl in the yellow raincoat was not memorizing pain anymore. She was listening to the sound of 147 futures breathing safely through the night. Bolanle knew she was dying the morning she could no longer thread a needle. It was a quiet Thursday, 2 years after the court saved the center. She sat in her workshop in the Bolanle wing, sunlight falling across 3 sewing machines, and her hands shook so badly the thread missed the eye 3 times. She did not curse. She did not cry. She set the needle down, looked at the young widow she was teaching, and said, "My eyes are tired today. You teach me." The widow laughed, not knowing it was goodbye. Teniola noticed first. Her mother had always hidden pain behind work. Now work could not hide it. The doctor at Luch ran tests and spoke gently. Her heart was failing, slowly but surely, the price of years of stress, of generator smoke in Mushin, of carrying a family on a back that was never meant to bend that far. He said 6 months, maybe a year, with rest. Bolanle heard him and said, "Doctor, I have rested enough in my life. Let me work." At the same time, life was pulling Teniola in a new direction. The center now had 312 girls. King David ran the computer lab and the boys' evening program he had started for former street kids. Femi, now 60, opened the gate every morning at 5 and knew every girl by name. They called him Baba Femi, and he carried their bags to class like an apology made daily. A delegation of market women and teachers came to Teniola's office one afternoon. They carried a letter with 5,000 signatures. They wanted her to run for the Lagos State House of Assembly. They said, "We need a law that stops banks from using wives' names for loans without their thumbprint and video consent. We need someone who has lived it. Teniola stared at the paper and felt fear, not excitement. Courtrooms, she understood. Politics was a different kind of court, where truth was optional. That week, the attack started. A blog funded by Chief Okoro's younger brother published a story titled "The Saint Lawyer Who Stole a House." It twisted the auction, claimed Tiniola used her AMCOM position to cheat. Old photos of Femi in handcuffs resurfaced. Comment sections filled with insults. Donors called nervous. Worse, Tunde Akin came back. He had been suspended for a year by the disciplinary committee and had spent it in London. He walked into the center without an appointment, thinner, humbled. He said, "Teniola, I came to apologize, not to ask for work. My father is sick. He asks for you." Mr. Akin was in hospital in Ikeja, his lungs weak. Teniola went that night. The man who taught her law is about patience held her hand and said, "You are about to enter a room where they will try to make you become like them to survive. Do not remember why you started." She nodded, tears hot. Bolanle's condition worsened in the rainy season. She was admitted for 4 days. On the third night, Teniola slept on the floor beside her bed. Bolanle woke at 2 a.m. and whispered, "Are you afraid to run?" Teniola said, "Yes." Bolanle said, "Good. Fear keeps you honest." She reached under her pillow and brought out a small pair of old sewing scissors, the ones she had used to cut the ribbon at the center opening. She pressed them into Teniola's palm and said, "I use these to cut cloths. You use them to cut bad laws. Cut straight." King David proposed to Amaka that same week, the girl who once hawked pure water and now wanted to be a nurse. He asked Teniola for her blessing, calling her sister for the first time. She hugged him and said, "You are not your father. You are the man you chose to become." At their small engagement in the center courtyard, Femi stood at the back, clapping louder than anyone, crying openly. The political pressure grew. Chief Okoro's people offered Teniola a deal through a mutual friend. Step down, endorse their candidate, and they would fund a new hostel for the center. Refuse, and they would reopen the EFCC file against Femi for unpaid restitution and send him back to prison at his age. Teniola called a family meeting, the strangest family meeting Lagos had ever seen. Around Bolanle's hospital bed sat Teniola, King David, Amaka, Femi in his security uniform, Auntie Caro, and Mr. Akin in a wheelchair brought by his nurse. Teniola laid out the choice. Femi listened and then spoke first. He said, "Let them take me. I have lived long enough in shame. Let the school live." King David said, "No, we do not sacrifice our elders for buildings." Bolanle, breathing with oxygen, lifted her hand and said, "We do not trade people for things. That is how we started this problem." She looked at Teniola and said, "Run. Not because you will win, but because those girls need to see a woman like you stand up and not be bought. If you lose, you come back here and teach. If you win, you take these sizers to that house." Teniola filed her nomination papers the next morning. The campaign was brutal. They called her an unmarried woman with no home training. They played the old video of Femi weeping in court. They said she was using her mother's illness for sympathy. On the day of the first debate, Bolanle was rushed back to hospital. Teniola almost withdrew. Femi sat with Bolanle and told Teniola, "Go, I will watch her." For the first time in her life, Teniola trusted her father to keep a promise. She went to the debate in a simple blue dress her mother had sewn years ago. She did not shout. She told her story in 3 minutes. She held up the small scissors. She said, "My mother taught me to cut straight. Our laws are crooked. I want to straighten them for every wife whose signature is stolen, and every girl called worthless." The hall went quiet, then stood up. 3 nights later, Bolanle died in her sleep at the center. In the room above the workshop, with the sound of girls reading downstairs, Femi was holding her left hand. Teniola was holding her right. King David was reciting Psalm 23 quietly. She smiled once, squeezed Teniola's fingers, and was gone. Lagos mourned a woman most of them had never met. Market women closed shops for 2 hours. 312 girls wore black armbands sewn in the workshop. At the burial in Surulere, Mr. Akin, now very frail, gave the tribute. He said, Bolanle did not have power, money, or a husband who stayed. She had a needle, a child, and faith. That was enough to change a city. Femi did not speak at the grave. He stood by the gate afterward, greeting mourners, making sure everyone had water. That was his eulogy. Teniola wanted to quit the race. Grief sat on her chest like stone. On the 7th day after the burial, she found a letter in her mother's Bible, written in shaky handwriting. It said, My daughter, do not stop because I stopped. The machine does not stop when the tailor rests. Another hand takes it. Take the machine. She won the election by 4,000 votes. Her first bill in the House was short and clear. It required banks to obtain biometric and video consent from spouses before using the identity for any loan, and made it a criminal offense to forge such consent, with special protection for women in marriages. She called it the Bolanle Adegoke Financial Dignity Act. She laid the small sizes on the table when she presented it. Opponents laughed at first. Then market women filled the gallery every day for 3 weeks. Then girls from the center wrote letters. The bill passed. 1 year after Bolanle's death, on the anniversary, Teniola stood in the workshop at midnight. King David and Amaka were now married and expecting their first child, a girl they planned to name Bolanle. Femi was asleep in his security post, his radio playing low. Mr. Akin had passed peacefully 3 months earlier, holding his son Tunde's hand after forgiving him. Teniola threaded a needle on her mother's old machine, the same head they carried out of Surulere in the rain. Her hands did not shake. She cut a straight line through blue cloth and began to sew a small uniform for her soon-to-be niece. She thought about the long road from Mushin to the assembly, from worthless to honorable. She understood finally what her mother meant about cutting straight. It was not about revenge, it was about pattern. You measure, you mark, you cut, you sew, and you leave something behind that will outlast you. She finished the tiny dress, held it up, and whispered, We survived, Mommy. We rose, and we are still rising. Outside, Lagos hummed, indifferent and alive. Inside the center, 147 futures slept safely, and one more was on the way, waiting to wear a uniform sewn with love, in a house that was once a place of humiliation and was now, forever, a home. They named the baby Bolanle on a Tuesday, and on Wednesday someone tried to burn the school down. It was 2:17 a.m. Femi was on his rounds with his old torch when he smelled kerosene near the back fence of the center. He saw a young man in a hoodie pouring liquid against the Bolanle wing. Femi did not shout. He was 62 and slow, but he ran. He tackled the boy into the wet grass, the torch falling, the kerosene can spilling. The boy fought, knocked Femi's head against the wall, and ran. The security alarm screamed. Teniola arrived in 10 minutes, still in the same clothes she wore to the house. King David arrived with Amaka, heavily pregnant, holding her belly. The police came later and took pictures of the wet wall. They found a lighter and a folded newspaper with an article circled in red. Assemblywoman Teniola passes law targeting banks. It was not random. It was a message. By morning, the story was everywhere. Blogs said Teniola staged it for sympathy. Chief Okoro's allies on TV said the Bolanle Act was killing businesses and angering youths. The bank lobby had filed a suit at the Supreme Court to strike down the law, claiming it was unconstitutional and discriminatory against financial institutions. Teniola stood in the burnt-smelling corridor and felt the old anger rise. The same anger she felt at 4 years old, watching her mother kneel. She wanted to fight. Instead, she turned to Femi, who sat on a bench with a bandage on his head. She said, "Daddy, thank you." He looked up, surprised she had called him that in public for the first time. He said, "I did not save much." She said, "You saved everything." Amaka went into labor that night from stress, 3 weeks early. King David drove her to Island Maternity in Teniola's official car, breaking traffic rules. Teniola followed, praying the same prayer her mother prayed for her at 4:42 a.m. A baby girl cried into the Lagos air. They named her Bolanle David Adegoke. King David held his daughter and wept. He whispered to Teniola, "I was named king because my father wanted a throne. She will be named Bolanle because we want her to have a foundation." Teniola held the baby and felt her mother's hands in her own. The Supreme Court hearing was fixed for 2 months later. The bank's lawyers were the best money could buy. They argued that the Bolanle Act violated freedom of contract and would collapse credit for families. They brought economists in suit. Teniola's team had market women, teachers, and girls from the center. Mr. Akin's son, Tunde, now humbled and working pro bono after his suspension, came to her office. He said, "Let me help you write the defense. I owe your family." Teniola looked at him for a long time and said, "You do not owe us. You owe the truth. Work for that." They prepared together. At night, Teniola went home to the center, not to her official residence. She sat with Femi at the gate, feeding baby Bolanle while Amaka rested. King David showed her how to change a diaper, laughing when she did it wrong. For the first time since her mother died, Teniola felt like she was part of a family, not just its protector. The week before the Supreme Court, disaster struck again. Femi collapsed during his morning patrol. The doctor said mild stroke, exhaustion, age. He would recover, but he could no longer work nights. He cried in his hospital bed, not from pain, but from shame. He told Teniola, "I finally became useful, and now I am useless again." Teniola held his hand, the same hand that once carried their mattress out like trash, and said, "Daddy, you have guarded this gate for 5 years. Let us guard you now." She moved him into the small room Bolanle once used above the workshop. King David and the older boys took turns on night watch. On the morning of the Supreme Court hearing, Teniola wore her mother's blue dress under her black barrister robe. She carried the small sewing scissors in her pocket. She did not bring economists. She brought 3 witnesses. First, Amaka, holding baby Bolanle. She told the justices how her husband once stole to pay her hospital bill because banks would not give a market woman a loan without her husband's signature, but would give a husband a loan with his wife's forged signature. Second, a 70-year-old widow from Mushin who showed the court a loan document from 2009 with her thumbprint, which she could not read, that took her house. Third, Femi Adegoke, walking slowly with a cane in his security uniform. The courtroom went silent. He swore on the Bible and said, "My lords, I am the reason this law exists. I forged my wife's signature because I thought she was property. I was wrong. If you strike down this law, you will tell every man like me that we were right." The Chief Justice, an older woman, listened without interrupting. Tunde delivered the closing argument, his voice clear. He said, "The Constitution protects life and dignity. What dignity is there when a woman wakes up owing millions for money she never touched? The Bolanle Act does not stop banking. It stops stealing." The court reserved judgment. That night, Teniola could not sleep. She went to the workshop and turned on her mother's old machine. She began to sew, not a uniform, but a simple white christening dress for baby Bolanle. The rhythm steadied her heart. Femi shuffled in, unable to sleep either. He sat and watched. After a while, he said, "Your mother will be proud, not because you won in court, but because you came home to sew." 2 weeks later, the Supreme Court delivered a unanimous judgment. The Bolanle Adegoke Financial Dignity Act was constitutional, necessary, and in the public interest. The court ordered the central bank to enforce biometric video consent nationwide within 6 months. The bank lobby lost. Outside the court, reporters shouted questions. Teniola did not give a speech. She lifted baby Bolanle, who was wrapped in the white dress she had sewn, and said, "This law has a name. Remember it." That evening at the center, there was no party, just jollof rice and music from an old speaker. King David danced with Amaka carefully. The girls performed a play they wrote about a woman with a sewing machine who built a school. Femi sat in his chair by the gate, his cane beside him, clapping with his good hand. Teniola stood on the veranda and looked at them all: her father, the watchman; her brother, the teacher; her sister-in-law, the nurse-to-be; her niece, the namesake; and 300 girls, who would never know what it felt like to be called worthless in their own home. She took the small scissors from her pocket and placed them in a glass box in the hallway of the Bolanle wing, with a plaque underneath that read, "Cut straight." Later, when everyone slept, she walked to her mother's grave in the small garden behind the school where Bolanle had asked to be buried. So she could hear the girls read. Teniola knelt and placed a fresh piece of blue Ankara on the earth. She whispered, "We survived, Mommy. We rose. And now we are building the ladder for others." A soft harmattan wind moved through the compound, carrying the sound of pages turning from an upstairs classroom where a girl was studying late. Teniola smiled. The story was no longer about coming back for revenge. It was about staying and making sure no one else ever had to leave. Femi Adegoke died on a Monday, holding the gate key in his hand. He was found at 5:40 a.m. by King David, slumped in his chair at the center gate, his torch still on, his cap straight, the big iron key resting in his palm like he had been about to open for the early cleaners. He was 70, and the doctor said his heart simply stopped in his sleep. No pain, no struggle, just a quiet end at his post. Teniola was in Abuja for a Senate hearing when Amaka called. She left the chamber mid-session, something she had never done, and drove 4 hours straight to Lagos without her security detail. By the time she arrived, the girls had already covered his chair with white cloth and placed his worn-out slippers underneath. They were crying, not because he was a perfect man, but because he had been their Baba Femi for 10 years. The man who walked them to the bus stop when it rained, who fixed their broken sandals, who told them stories about a daughter who became a lawyer. Ronki came back from Ghana for the burial. She was older, quieter, her bleached skin now natural again. She stood at the back in a simple black dress, holding King David's hand. She did not ask for anything. She just whispered to Teniola, "Thank you for giving my son a home when I could not." They buried Femi in the small cemetery behind the church in Surulere, not in the family plot he once boasted about, but in a modest space Teniola bought. On his headstone, at his request, written in a shaky note found in his security post, were the words, "Here lies Femi Adegoke, father of Teniola, watchman who learned late." After the burial, the house felt empty, even with 300 girls. That night, Teniola sat alone in the workshop, holding her mother's old scissors. Her phone buzzed. It was the chief of staff to the president. The president wanted to nominate her as Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development. It was the highest appointment ever offered to someone from her background. It meant moving to Abuja, leaving the center, leaving the daily work. She said she needed time. The next morning, baby Bolanle, now 10 years old, bright-eyed, with her grandmother's serious face, found her auntie in the workshop. She climbed onto the stool and asked the question children always ask when adults are quiet. Auntie Tenny, why don't you have your own children? Teniola smiled, threading a needle. I have 300, she said. Bolanle frowned. That's not the same. Mama Maka says you gave your life to the law so other women could have lives. Teniola did not answer immediately. She thought about the nights in Mushin, the courtrooms, the campaigns, the nights she chose a brief over a date. She had loved once, a journalist who left because he said he could not compete with a ghost named Bolanle. She had not tried again. King David knocked and entered. He looked tired. He said, Sis, we need to talk about money. The grant from the state stopped last quarter. The new commissioner says the center is politically affiliated because you are in the assembly. We have 2 months of diesel left. The weight of it all pressed down. Her father dead, her mother gone, the center struggling, a nation calling. She went to her mother's grave that evening. She sat on the grass and laid the nomination letter down. Mommy, what do I cut this time? She whispered. She remembered something Bolanle told her the night before she died. The machine does not stop when the tailor rests. Another hand takes it. She went back and called a meeting. Not of lawyers, but of the women. Auntie Caro, now 75. Amaka, now head nurse at the center clinic. Zainab, the girl once almost married off at 14, now 23, and in her final year of law school at Unilag. Mrs. Bisi, retired but sharp. And King David. Teniola stood and said, I have been offered Abuja. If I go, they will say I abandoned you. If I stay, they will say I was afraid. I want a third way. She proposed a succession plan. She would accept the ministerial nomination on 3 conditions. 1. The center would be registered as a federal model school with independent funding. 2. Amaka would become executive director. 3. Zainab would serve as legal advisor while finishing school, and King David would chair the board. Amaka gasped. Me? I am a nurse, not a leader. Teniola took her hand. My mother was a tailor, not a headmistress. She led anyway. Zainab cried. King David simply nodded. He had been waiting for someone to trust him with more than computers. The president agreed to the conditions. The news shocked Lagos. Editorials called it unprecedented, a minister who refused to abandon her community project. Her confirmation hearing at the Senate was brutal. Opponents brought up the old AMCON case, her father's prison record, the fire at the school. Teniola sat calmly. When it was her turn, she did not defend herself. She placed the small sewing scissors on the table, the same ones from the glass box. She said, Distinguished senators, my mother gave me these scissors when I was afraid. She told me to cut straight. I have used them to cut cloth for my niece, to cut ribbons for schools, and today, I hope, to cut through red tape that keeps Nigerian women poor. You can question my family. You cannot question my work. She was confirmed with a wide margin. On her last night in Surulere, before moving to Abuja, Teniola did what her mother taught her. She went to the workshop at midnight. Baby Bolanle followed her, unable to sleep. Teniola lifted the girl onto the stool and showed her how to thread a needle. The child's tongue stuck out in concentration. On the 3rd try, the thread went through. Teniola clapped softly. You see? Slow hand, steady eye. Bolanle looked up. Auntie, will you forget us in Abuja? Teniola pulled her close. Never. I am going to Abuja so that one day every girl in Nigeria will have a center like this in her own town. And when I am tired, I will come home and you will teach me how to thread the needle. Upstairs, in the room that used to be Bolanle's, Amaka was packing Teniola's small bag. King David was oiling the gate hinges Femi used to oil. Outside, the new night watchman, a former area boy King David had mentored, locked the gate, holding the same big iron key Femi died holding. Teniola walked to her mother's grave one last time before dawn. She left the scissors there, tucked into the earth, because she no longer needed to carry them. The lesson was in her hands now. As her car pulled away from the center, 300 girls lined the fence in their uniforms, singing the school anthem they wrote themselves. Femi would have loved the noise. Teniola did not look back. She looked forward, to Abuja, to the work, to the future. In her lap was a small blue dress she had sewn for baby Bolanle, with a note pinned to it, for the next tailor. Cut straight. The little girl in the yellow raincoat had finally stopped coming back for revenge. She was now going forward to build. The story still did not end here. The first thing Teniola learned as Minister of Women Affairs was that power did not make pain disappear. It only changed the room where pain came to meet you. In Surulere, pain used to knock at the iron gates of the Teniola Center for Girls. It came as hungry children, tired widows, teenage girls carrying school bags with broken zippers, mothers with swollen eyes, and young women who had been told by someone they loved that they were nothing. But in Abuja, pain came wearing perfume. It came through polished doors. It sat in waiting rooms under cold air conditioners. It came with files, petitions, stamped letters, security escorts, and official language that made suffering sound clean. On her first Monday as minister, Teniola Adegoke sat behind a wide mahogany desk inside an office that was bigger than the entire room she and her mother once shared in motion. The windows were tall. The curtains were cream. The Nigerian flag stood in one corner. Her framed certificate from the Nigerian bar hung on the wall beside a photograph of her mother cutting the ribbon at the Bolanle wing. On the desk, in front of her was a nameplate. Hon Teniola Adegoke, Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development. She stared at it longer than she wanted to admit. Not because she was proud, because the name looked too heavy. Outside the office, people were waiting. Directors, permanent secretaries, advisors, reporters, women's groups, men who wanted contracts, politicians who wanted favors, people who smiled too much, people who bowed too low, people who called her honorable minister as if they had not called women like her, stubborn, bitter, too loud, and too ambitious before she became useful. Teniola touched the small empty space in her handbag where her mother's sewing scissors used to be. For years, those scissors had traveled with her like a second heartbeat. They had been in courtrooms, campaign halls, debates, hearings, and hospital rooms. But on the morning she left Surulere for Abuja, she buried them in the earth beside Bolanle's grave. She told herself she no longer needed to carry the lesson. The lesson was inside her hands now. Still, her fingers searched for them whenever she felt afraid. And that morning, she was afraid. Not the kind of fear that made her weak. The kind that reminded her that people were watching. That girls were hoping. That her mother's name was now attached to a law, a school, a movement, and a promise bigger than one family. Her phone buzzed. It was Amaka. Teniola picked immediately. "How is the center?" she asked before Amaka could greet. Amaka laughed softly. "Good morning to you too, Honorable Minister. Don't start. The center is fine." King David fixed the water pump. Zainab is shouting at three girls who forged their parents' signature on an excursion form. And baby Bolanle refused to eat beans this morning because she said ministers don't eat beans. For the first time that day, Teniola smiled. "Tell her ministers eat beans when beans is available," I told her. She said you are not a real minister then. Teniola leaned back in her chair, closing her eyes for 1 second. Put her on the phone. There was a small shuffle, then a bright voice came through. Auntie Tenny, my tailor. I threaded the needle today without help. Teniola opened her eyes. Something in her chest softened. Did you cut straight? Small, small, not fully straight. That is okay. Straight lines take time. Baby Bolanle was quiet for a moment. Then she asked, when are you coming home? The question entered Teniola like a needle. She looked around the large office, at the cold floor, the polished desk, the files waiting to swallow her day. I don't know yet, she said gently. But soon. You said that last week. I know. Mommy says you are working for all the girls now. I am trying. Baby Bolanle sighed like an old woman. But we are girls too. Teniola did not answer immediately, because children had a way of saying simple things that cut through all the speeches adults use to protect themselves. Yes, Teniola whispered. You are. When the call ended, she sat still for a long time. Then the door opened, and her chief protocol officer stepped in. Honorable Minister, the delegation from the National Women's Development Council is ready. Teniola straightened her blazer. Let them wait 5 minutes, she said. The woman looked surprised. Ma? I said 5 minutes. When she was alone again, Teniola stood and walked to the framed picture of her mother. Bolanle was smiling in that photograph, holding the ribbon with one hand and the old sewing scissors in the other. Her face looked tired, but her eyes looked alive. Behind her, girls were clapping. Femi stood near the gate in his security uniform. King David was holding a microphone that did not work properly. Auntie Carol was crying even before anyone spoke. Teniola touched the frame. Mommy, she whispered, you told me another hand takes the machine. But what happens when the machine is too big? The photo did not answer. Bolanle never answered from photographs. She only answered through memory. And in Teniola's memory, her mother's voice said what it had always said. Cut straight. So Teniola turned from the wall, opened the first file on her desk, and began. By noon, she had listened to 7 speeches, signed 23 letters, rejected 2 suspicious proposals, approved emergency funding for 3 shelters, and argued with a permanent secretary who kept explaining to her why things could not change quickly. He was a tall man with silver hair and a voice like old furniture. Honorable Minister, he said, with due respect, this ministry has procedures. We cannot simply move because people are crying. Teniola looked at him. People crying is exactly why we should move. He adjusted his glasses. Emotion cannot guide policy. No, she said, but pain should inform it. The room went quiet. He forced a smile. Of course, ma. Teniola knew that smile. She had seen it on bank lawyers, politicians, old chiefs, and men who believed a woman with authority was a weather condition that would pass if they waited long enough. At 3:17 p.m., her special assistant rushed in without knocking. That alone told Teniola something was wrong. Ma, there's a situation at the gate. Teniola looked up. What kind of situation? A girl. Maybe 13, maybe 14. She's refusing to leave. Is she violent? No, ma. Sick? I don't know. Then why are you calling it a situation? The assistant swallowed. Because she keeps saying she wants to see the woman who was once called worthless. The pen in Teniola's hand stopped moving. For a moment, the office became very still. What did you say? She says she does not want any other person. She wants the woman who was called worthless. Security tried to move her, but she sat on the ground. Teniola stood. Take me to her. The assistant blinked. Ma, your security detail. Take me to her. The front gate of the ministry was wide and black, with 2 armed guards standing beside it. Cars moved in and out. Staff passed with ID cards around their necks. A few women selling groundnuts stood across the road, watching with interest. And there, near the security post, sat a girl in a faded green dress. She was small for her age, seen in the way children become when hunger has stayed too long. Her knees were dusty, her slippers did not match, her hair was cut low, unevenly, as if someone had used anger instead of scissors. She had a small nylon bag tied at the top and pressed to her chest like it contained her whole life. When Teniola walked closer, the girl looked up. Her eyes were large, too large. They reminded Teniola of children who had learnt early that sleep was not always safe. The guards straightened. One of them said, "Honorable Minister, we told her to leave, but..." Teniola raised her hand. The guard stopped. She crouched in front of the girl, not caring that her expensive trousers touched the dusty ground. "What is your name?" The girl stared at her. Her lips were cracked. "Salewa," she said. Teniola kept her voice soft. "How old are you, Salewa?" 13. "Where are your parents?" The girl looked down at her nylon bag. "My mother is dead." Teniola swallowed. "And your father?" He said I should stop calling him that. The wind moved between them. Teniola heard a car horn somewhere far away. "What happened?" Salewa tightened her grip on the bag. "He said I brought bad luck. He said since my mother bore me, everything scattered. He said if I was a boy, maybe people would help us. He said I eat too much. His new wife said my face makes the house dark." Teniola's chest tightened. The words were different. The wound was the same. "What happened today?" Teniola asked. Salewa looked behind her, as if expecting someone to drag her back. "They cut my hair," she whispered. Teniola's eyes moved to the uneven patches on her head. "Who?" "My father's wife. She said girls who behave like stubborn goats should look like goats. Then she burned my school books." Teniola felt something hot rise behind her ribs, but she kept her face calm. Children who had seen rage were often afraid of even the rage that came to defend them. "How did you get here?" "I entered bus." "From where?" "Mararaba." Teniola glanced at her assistant, who looked horrified. Mararaba to the ministry was not a small journey for a grown adult, much less a hungry child with no money. "Who told you to come here?" Teniola asked. Salewa opened the nylon bag and removed a torn newspaper page, folded many times. It was an old article about Teniola's confirmation as minister. The headline was half torn, but her picture was visible. Below it was a smaller image of Bolanle holding scissors. Salewa pointed at the article. "My teacher said you were called worthless too," she said. "She said you came back." Teniola could not breathe for a second. Not because she was shocked, because the past had just walked to her office gate wearing mismatched slippers. Salewa looked at her with desperate seriousness. "Please, ma," she said. "I don't want to come back for revenge. I just want somewhere to sleep where nobody hates my face." And that was when Teniola knew. This was not a case, not a headline, not a ministry file. This was the question part 3 of her life had been waiting to ask. What do you do when the girl who was once called worthless becomes powerful enough to save another girl being called the same thing? Teniola stood slowly. "Bring her inside," she said. Her assistant hesitated. "Ma, protocol." Teniola turned. "Protocol did not sleep outside last night." She did. No one argued after that. Inside the ministry clinic, Salewa sat on a bed while a nurse cleaned a cut behind her ear. She ate rice too quickly until Teniola gently told her to slow down. Her hands shook around the spoon. Every few seconds, she looked at the door. "Are they coming?" she asked. "No," Teniola said. "You don't know them." "I know enough." By evening, child protection officers had been called. A temporary shelter was arranged. The police wanted to take a statement. The ministry lawyer wanted forms signed. Everyone had a process. Everyone had a file. Everyone wanted to move Salewa from pain into paperwork. Teniola knew paperwork mattered. But she also knew that a child could disappear inside a system with clean folders and good intentions. So when they asked where Salewa should be placed for the night, Tiniola said she will stay at my residence. The room froze. Her assistant nearly dropped her tablet. Ma, that is not advisable. Why? Security, media, boundaries, allegations, political enemies. They will say you are using the child for sympathy. Teniola looked through the glass wall at Salewa, who had fallen asleep sitting upright, her hand still holding the nylon bag. They already say many things. Ma, this is risky. Teniola turned back. So was my mother keeping me. No one knew what to say to that. That night, Salewa entered the ministerial residence with fear in every step. The house was beautiful, but not warm. Government furniture, white walls, heavy curtains, staff quarters behind, a dining table long enough for people who never came. Taniola had lived there for 3 weeks and still felt like a visitor. Salewa stood in the doorway, clutching her bag. Is this your house? She asked. It is where I sleep for now. It is too big. I agree. Are you married? Tiniola almost laughed. Children did not respect careful conversation. No. Why? Because life became busy. Salewa studied her. People say women who are not married are lonely. People say many foolish things. My father's wife said a woman without husband is like a pot without cover. Teniola walked toward the dining table, and yet rice still cooks. For the first time, Salewa's mouth moved like it wanted to smile, but had forgotten how. Dinner was quiet. Salewa ate slowly this time, watching Teniola between bites. Afterward, Teniola showed her the guest room. The girl stood at the door and stared at the bed. You can sleep here, Teniola said. Only me? Yes. Salewa frowned. Nobody else? No. What if I spoil something? Then we fix it. What if I wet the bed? Then we wash it. What if I cry? Teniola's throat tightened. Then you cry. Salewa looked at the bed again. Then she asked the question that broke the room open. What if I wake up and you have changed your mind? Teniola did not answer quickly because she remembered a rainy day, a gate, a Ghana must go bag, a father laughing, a little girl holding her mother's hand and trying not to cry because crying would make the world too real. She knelt in front of Salewa. I may make mistakes, Teniola said. I may not always know what to say. I may be busy and tired and confused, but I will not throw you away in the night. Salewa stared at her for a long time. Then she entered the room and sat on the bed like he might disappear. Teniola stood at the door until the girl lay down. When she turned off the light, Salewa whispered, Ma? Yes? Did your mother ever hate your face? Teniola closed her eyes. No, she said. My mother loved my face when the world did not know what to do with it. My mother loved my face too. I believe you. She died when I was 8. I am sorry. Salewa's voice became small. After she died, nobody called me daughter again. Teniola gripped the door handle. The word daughter entered her like a prayer and a wound at the same time. Sleep, Salewa, she whispered. Tomorrow we will start again. But Teniola did not sleep. She sat alone in the sitting room long after the house became quiet. Abuja's night pressed against the windows. Somewhere in the distance, a generator hummed, and the sound carried her back to Mushin so sharply that she almost smelled kerosene. Her phone buzzed. It was King David. Minister, he said when she answered. Don't call me that. He chuckled softly. Anti-minister, I will block you. His voice became serious. Amaka told me what happened. The girl at your gate. News traveled through family faster than government. Yes. You brought her home? Yes. Apausi. Then King David said, you know what this means? Teniola leaned back. Tell me. It means the story has found you again. She closed her eyes. I am tired, David. I know. I thought Abuja was where I would build systems, policies, laws, centers in every state. I thought I was done holding individual broken pieces. King David was quiet for a moment. Then he said, maybe legacy is not only building something big. Maybe it is not becoming too big to carry one child. Teniola wiped her face with her hand. He continued, softer now. When you brought me into the center, I was not a policy. I was Ronke's son. I was the boy who got what you were denied. You still made space. That was different. How? She opened her mouth, but no answer came. King David said, sis, you became minister because of girls like her. Don't let the office teach you to see them only as numbers. The words hurt because they were true. After the call, Teniola walked to her handbag and removed a small folded cloth. It was the blue dress she had sewn for baby Bolanle before leaving Surulere. The child had insisted Teniola take it to Abuja first, so the capital would know our family can sew. Teniola held the cloth in her lap. Then she began to cry. Not loud, not the kind of crying that asked to be heard. It was the quiet crying of a woman who had spent her whole life being strong and had suddenly realized strength was not finished with her. The next morning, Salewa woke before sunrise and swept the entire hallway. Teniola found her barefoot, moving quickly, with a broom too tall for her. What are you doing? Salewa froze. Sweeping. Why? So they won't send me away. Teniola took the broom gently from her hand. You are not here as a house girl. Salewa looked confused. In my father's house, if you don't work, you don't eat. In this house, children eat because they are children. Salewa stared at her like she had spoken a foreign language. That morning, Teniola cancelled 2 meetings. By 10 a.m., she was sitting across from Salewa in the dining room with paper, crayons, and a plate of toast. We are going to make a list, Teniola said. Salewa's eyes narrowed. List of work? No. List of things you like. The girl looked blank. You don't know? Salewa shook her head. Food? Rice. What kind? Any rice. Color? Salewa looked down at her dress. Green. Subject in school? Her face changed slightly. English. Why? My teacher says I write like someone who has a secret inside her chest. Teniola smiled. What do you want to become? Salewa's face closed again. My father said poor girls should not want too much. What do you say? I don't know. Teniola pushed the paper toward her. Then we will find out. Salewa picked up a crayon slowly. Her hand hovered over the page. Then she wrote one word. Safe. Teniola stared at it. Of all the things a child could want to become, Salewa had written safe. Not lawyer, not doctor, not minister. Safe. That was the first dream. The smallest dream. The biggest one. Before Teniola could speak, her phone rang. It was her permanent secretary. Honorable Minister, the press has the story. Teniola's stomach tightened. What story? The girl. Someone from the gate recorded yesterday. It is online. They are saying you staged it. Others are saying you kidnapped a child. The father has gone to a radio station claiming you are holding his daughter for political gain. Salewa looked up. She knew. Children always knew when danger had found their name. Teniola stood. Where is he now? At the radio station. He says he's coming to the ministry with police. Teniola looked at Salewa. The girl had started shaking. Are they taking me back? She whispered. Teniola walked to her and crouched. No. He will say I lied. Did you? No. Then we will stand on the truth. My father always wins. Teniola remembered Femi at the gate. Femi in court. Femi kneeling on marble. Femi dying with the key in his hand after spending his last years learning how to protect what he once destroyed. No, Teniola said quietly. Fathers do not always win. She rose and gave one instruction to her staff. Prepare the conference room. Call child protection. Call legal. Call the police. And call the press. Her assistant's voice shook. Ma, what are you going to do? Teniola looked at the words Salewa had written on the paper. Safe. Then she looked at the framed picture of Bolanle on the wall. I am going to cut straight. By noon, cameras filled the ministry conference room. Reporters whispered. Officials shifted nervously. Salewa sat in a side room with a counselor, away from the cameras. Teniola had refused to expose her face. Her father arrived, shouting outside the gate, with two relatives, and a woman Teniola guessed was the stepmother. They demanded the child. They accused the ministry of stealing children. They called Teniola arrogant. They said power had entered her head. Teniola did not answer them outside. She walked to the podium in a plain white blouse. No jewelry, no dramatic expression, only calm, and calm frightened guilty people more than anger. She looked into the cameras. Yesterday, she began, a 13-year-old girl came to the gate of this ministry asking for help. She came hungry, frightened, and alone. She said she wanted to see the woman who was once called worthless. The room went silent. Teniola continued, I will not show her face. I will not say everything she told us. A child's pain is not content. Her suffering is not political material. But I will say this clearly. Any child who comes to this ministry asking for safety will be protected first and processed after. We will not return a frightened child to the same hands she ran from simply because those hands claim ownership. Questions exploded. She raised her hand. I know what they will say. They will say I am emotional. Good. A nation that cannot feel for its children is already dead. They will say I am using my past. Good. My past is not a shameful thing. It is evidence. They will say this is not how government works. Then government must learn to work differently. A reporter stood. Honorable Minister, are you saying parents no longer have rights over their children? Teniola looked at him. I am saying children are not property. The words landed hard. She continued, her voice lower now. My mother raised me when the world called me worthless. She did not raise me so I could sit in a large office and send another worthless girl back to be broken quietly. This ministry will investigate. The law will speak. But until the law speaks, that child will sleep where no one hates her face. For 1 second, the room forgot to breathe. Then the questions came again, louder. But Teniola was done. That evening, the country divided itself over Salewa. Some praised Teniola, some insulted her. Some said she was right. Some said she was destroying family values. Some asked why a father's authority was no longer respected. Others asked when fathers who wounded children would finally be held accountable. By night, women began posting stories. Girls too. One wrote, I was Salewa. Nobody opened the gate. Another wrote, my stepmother cut my hair too. I am 30 now and still afraid of scissors. Another wrote, I wish there had been a Minister Teniola when I was 12. At the center in Surulere, Amaka gathered the older girls in the hall and let them talk. Some cried, some were angry. Baby Bolanle sat quietly in the front row, holding a needle and thread in her lap. Later that night, she called Teniola. Auntie, she said, is Salewa coming to our center? I don't know yet. She can sleep in my room when she visits. Teniola smiled tiredly. You don't like sharing your room. I know, but she wrote safe. I saw it on the news. Teniola frowned. They showed the paper? Only the word, not her face. Baby Bolanle became quiet. Then she said, Auntie, when Grandma was alive, did she know there would be many girls like us? Teniola looked toward the guest room where Salewa was sleeping after crying herself empty. Yes, she whispered. I think she knew. Then we have to make more room. Teniola closed her eyes. More room. That was legacy. Not monuments. Not laws alone. No headlines. Room. a room for one more girl, a chair at the table, a bed where crying was allowed, a name spoken gently, a face not hated, a future not mocked. After the call, Teniola walked to Salewa's room. The door was slightly open. The girl was asleep with the blanket pulled to her chin. Her nylon bag was under the pillow. Teniola stepped inside quietly and noticed the paper from the morning on the bedside table. Salewa had added more words below safe. In small, careful handwriting, she had written, "Safe, daughter. School. Hair grows back. Maybe lawyer." Teniola covered her mouth with her hand. Outside, Abuja continued its noisy life. Cars passed, generators groaned, politicians plotted, reporters typed, the country argued. But inside that room, a girl who had arrived with nothing but fear had written maybe a lawyer, and for Teniola, that was more powerful than any Supreme Court judgment. She sat beside the bed and watched Salewa sleep. For the first time since becoming minister, the office did not feel too big. It felt like the beginning of the next pattern. You measure, you mark, you cut, you sew, and when another child arrives torn, you do not ask why the cloth is damaged. You make room on the table. You thread the needle. You begin again. Salewa stayed in the ministerial residence for 3 days, and for 3 days she refused to unpack her nylon bag. Teniola noticed it the first night, but she did not force her. The bag remained under Salewa's pillow when she slept. It sat on her lap when she ate. It followed her from the bedroom to the dining room, from the dining room to the sitting room, from the sitting room to the small study where the counselor came to speak with her. Even when she bathed, she left it by the bathroom door and came out quickly, water still dripping from her elbows, eyes searching to make sure nobody had touched it. On the fourth morning, Teniola found her sitting on the floor beside the bed, tying and untying the bag's handle. "You know," Teniola said softly from the doorway, "bags also get tired." Salewa looked up. Her face had changed slightly since the day at the ministry gate. The nurse had cleaned the cut behind her ear. A barber had gently shaped her damaged hair so the uneven patches looked less cruel. She had eaten enough to stop holding her stomach after meals, but her eyes were still the same, watchful, ready. The eyes of a child who believed kindness was a trap that had not closed yet. "I don't have many things," Salewa said. "I know. So the bag is not heavy." "That is not what I meant." Salewa lowered her head and began twisting the handle again. Teniola stepped into the room and sat on the floor across from her. Her knees complained immediately. She was not old, but years of standing in courtrooms, campaign halls, and government chambers had taught her body how to ache quietly. "What is inside?" Teniola asked. Salewa's fingers froze. "You don't have to show me." The girl looked at her with suspicion. "Then why did you ask?" "Because sometimes what we carry becomes heavier when nobody knows." Salewa stared at the bag. For a long time, she said nothing. Then, slowly, she untied it. Inside were 4 things. A faded school report card folded into a square. A small torn exercise book. A plastic comb with 3 missing teeth. And a photograph. Salewa picked up the photograph first. It was old and bent at the corners. In it, a younger woman sat on a wooden chair outside a small house, holding a little girl on her lap. The woman had tired eyes, but her smile was wide. The child's hair was in 2 puffballs. Both of them wore green. "My mother," Salewa whispered. Teniola took the photograph only when Salewa handed it to her. "What was her name?" "Rukayat." "She was beautiful." Salewa nodded, but her mouth shook. "She used to say my forehead was too big because God put plenty sense there." Teniola smiled gently. "Sounds like something a mother would say." She sold masa in the morning. Then she cleaned offices at night. She would sleep on the bus sometimes and miss our stop. Salewa touched the edge of the photo. "When she died, My father said suffering killed her, but my auntie said marriage killed her first. The words entered the room and sat between them. Teniola did not rush to cover them. Some truths were ugly, but they still needed air. What happened after she died? Teniola asked. My father married Auntie Lara. She had 2 sons. She said boys need space. So I started sleeping in the passage. Salewa's voice was flat now, like she was reading from a page she had memorized too well. At first, my father defended me small. Then he stopped. Then he joined her. Teniola folded her hands in her lap to keep from clenching them. What about school? Salewa picked up the report card and passed it to her. Teniola opened it. The marks were not perfect, but they were strong. English, 82. Civic education, 78. Basic science, 74. Mathematics, 61. Literature, 88. Under teacher's comments, someone had written, a quiet but gifted child, needs support and stability. Teniola read the sentence twice. Needs support and stability. Such small words for such a large hunger. My teacher, Miss Necker, give me your newspaper picture, Salewa said. She told me, if I ever found myself in real danger, I should go where women are listened to. She sent you to the ministry. Salewa shook her head quickly. No, she only said your name. I came by myself. Please don't punish her. I won't. She used to give me bread. Auntie Lara found out and said Miss Necker was teaching me pride. Did she burn your books after that? Salewa looked down. Yes. Teniola closed the report card carefully. The small exercise book was next. What is this? She asked. Salewa hesitated. My secret book. You don't have to show me that one. I want to. She passed it over. Teniola opened it with care. The handwriting was small and tight. Some pages had poems. Some pages had short stories. Some pages had single sentences written over and over again. I am not bad luck. My face is not dark. My mother loved me. I will not die in that house. Teniola had to stop reading. Her throat had closed. She remembered her own notebook from childhood, the one where she had written every insult, every date, every name, turning memory into evidence before she even knew what evidence meant. Salewa had done the same thing, not because anyone taught her, because wounded girls often became record keepers. They wrote things down so the world would not later tell them they imagined the pain. This is powerful, Teniola said. Salewa looked at her quickly. It is not rubbish? No. My father said only mad people write to themselves. Then many great people are mad. Salewa almost smiled. Almost. Before Teniola could say more, there was a knock at the door. Her assistant entered, holding a phone and wearing the expression of someone carrying bad news. Ma, she said carefully, the father is at the ministry again, with a lawyer and 2 cameras. Salewa snatched the notebook back and held it to her chest. Teniola rose slowly. Tell legal to meet me in the conference room. The assistant nodded, then added, Ma, he is demanding to see the child. He can demand. He says he has parental rights. Teniola looked at Salewa. The girl had gone very still. He has parental responsibility too, Teniola said. Let us discuss the parts he forgot. The ministry conference room was full again, but this time the air felt sharper. Salewa's father, Mr. Adisa, sat at the opposite end of the table in a white kaftan that looked freshly ironed for sympathy. He was not an old man, maybe early 40s, with a handsome face hardened by pride. Beside him sat his lawyer, a slim man with a shiny wristwatch. Auntie Lara sat slightly behind them, her head tied, eyes red from crying that looked practiced. 2 bloggers stood near the wall until Teniola ordered them out. This is a child protection meeting, she said, not a market square. Mr. Adisa slapped his palm on the table. You cannot hide my child from the public and hide her from me too. Teniola sat down calmly. Good afternoon to you too. I came for my daughter. Your daughter came to us asking for safety. She is a child. Children lie. Teniola felt the old anger again. But this time she did not swallow it. She shaped it. Children also bleed. His jaw tightened. His lawyer leaned forward. Honorable Minister, with respect, there is no court order removing custody from my client. Whatever domestic misunderstanding occurred has been exaggerated. The child is being influenced. Teniola opened the file in front of her. Medical report shows a cut behind her ear, bruising on her upper arm, signs of underfeeding and emotional distress. Auntie Lara hissed. Children fall down. Teniola looked at her. Do school books fall into fire by themselves too? The woman's face changed, only for a second, but Teniola saw it. Mr. Adisa pointed a finger at Teniola. You are using my family because of your own bitterness. Everybody knows your story. Your father rejected you, so now every father is wicked. The room went silent. The words were meant to cut, but Teniola had been cut by better knives. She leaned back. My father died holding the key to a school for girls, she said. He made mistakes you cannot afford to copy, and still he learned. Do not use him to excuse yourself. Mr. Adisa looked away first. His lawyer cleared his throat. We are prepared to go to court. Good, Teniola said. So are we. You will drag a private family issue into court? No. You did that when you brought cameras to a child protection matter. Auntie Lara began to cry loudly. This girl wants to destroy me. I fed her. I clothed her. Is it because I corrected her? In our days, elders corrected children and nobody carried it to government. Teniola looked at her for a long time. Then she said, correction is not humiliation. Discipline is not starvation. Parenting is not ownership. Mr. Adisa stood. I will not live without my child. Teniola closed the file. Then you may sit here until morning. His lawyer touched his arm, whispering quickly. The man sat down again, but his eyes burned. Teniola turned to the child protection officer. File for interim protective custody today. Contact the school teacher, Miss Neka. We need her statement. Also, request police interview for the child's stepmother and father. Mr. Adisa laughed bitterly. You think you are God because you are minister. No, Teniola said. I know exactly who I am. I am the woman your daughter ran to because the people who should have protected her became the danger. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. That evening, the court granted temporary protective custody for 30 days. Salewa did not celebrate when Teniola told her. She sat on the edge of the bed, holding the court paper. So I don't have to go back today? No. After 30 days, we will review. So maybe later. Teniola sat beside her. Maybe, but not unless it is safe. Salewa folded the paper. Safe can finish. Teniola turned to her. What do you mean? When my mother was alive, I was safe. Then she died. When my teacher helped me, I was safe. Then Auntie Lara found out. When I came here, I was safe. But maybe later, you will be tired. Teniola looked at her hands. This was the part no law could fix quickly. A court could remove a child from danger, but it could not teach her heart to believe danger was not waiting around the corner. I might get tired, Teniola said honestly. Salewa looked up fast. But tired does not mean gone, Teniola continued. My mother was tired every day. She still stayed. Your mother was your mother. Yes, you are minister. I am also someone's daughter. Salewa looked at the court paper again. My mother used to say daughter like it was my name. Tiniola's eyes burned. What did she call you? Daughter me. My daughter. The room softened around those words. Teniola wanted to say, I can call you that too. But she did not. Not yet. A name given too quickly could frighten a child who had lost too much. So she only said, then we'll make sure nobody uses that word to hurt you again. The next week was worse. The public argument around Salewa grew bigger than Teniola expected. Some activists praised the ministry. Some religious leaders accused her of attacking fatherhood. A few senators who disliked the Bolanle Act used the issue to question her judgment. They demanded a review of her conduct. Newspapers gave Salewa a name, the minister's gate girl. Teniola hated it. She called every editor she knew and threatened legal action if they published the child's face. Most listened, some did not. One blog posted a blurred picture of Salewa entering the residence. It was enough for children at her old school to recognize her. That night, Salewa locked herself in the bathroom. Teniola found her sitting on the floor, breathing hard. They know, Salewa whispered. Everybody knows. They do not know you. They know enough to laugh. Teniola sat outside the bathroom door, her back against the wall. Opened the door. No, I will sit here then. You have work. Yes, you are important. So are you. Salewa did not answer. For almost 20 minutes, they sat on opposite sides of the door. Then the girl whispered, At my school, they will call me ministry orphan. Teniola closed her eyes. Children could be cruel in ways adults taught them. You may not return to that school, Teniola said. We are looking at options. I don't want a pity school. What kind do you want? Quiet. Then from behind the door, one where nobody knows my story, before they know my name. Teniola opened her eyes. That sentence stayed with her. Before they know my name. By morning, she knew what to do. She called Amaka in Surulere. I want to bring Salewa to the center for a while. Amaka did not hesitate. Bring her. I don't want them treating her like news. They won't. She is fragile. So were we. She does not unpack her bag. Then we will not rush her. Teniola exhaled. What about baby Bolanle? Amaka laughed softly. Baby Bolanle has already prepared half her wardrobe for sharing. She also wants to teach Salewa threading. She says every serious girl must know. Teniola smiled for the first time in days. 3 days later, they flew to Lagos, quietly, without press. When the car turned into Surulere and stopped before the center gate, Teniola felt something inside her loosen. The sign still stood strong. Teniola Center for Girls is founded by a mother and daughter who refused to stay down. The gate was freshly painted. The hinges no longer screamed because King David oiled them every Friday in memory of Femi. Near the security post, Femi's old chair remained, now covered with a neat blue cushion. Above it hung a small wooden plaque, Baba Femi's post. The gate must open gently. Salewa stood beside the car, gripping her nylon bag. Is this your house? She asked. Tiniola looked at the compound. Girls were moving between classrooms. Someone was laughing near the clinic. Sewing machines hummed from the workshop. The smell of jollof rice floated from the kitchen. A teacher was scolding a child for running. Somewhere, a group was singing off-key. Yes, Tiniola said. This is home. Baby Bolanle ran out first. She was 10 now, slim, bright-eyed, with her grandmother's serious expression and King David's stubborn mouth. Her hair was braided with blue beads. She held a needle case in one hand as if it were an official welcome gift. She stopped in front of Salewa. Are you Salewa? Salewa nodded cautiously. I am Bolanle. But people call me Baby Bolanle because adults refuse to accept that I am growing. Salewa blinked. Tiniola pressed her lips together to hide a smile. Baby Bolanle looked at the nylon bag. Is that all your load? Salewa stiffened. Baby Bolanle quickly added, It is okay. When my grandmother left here in the rain, she had only one Ghana must-go bag and a sewing machine head. Small load can still carry big destiny. Teniola's heart nearly broke. Salewa stared at her. Who told you that? Everybody. It is our family story. I am not your family. Baby Bolanle shrugged. Not yet. Then she turned and began walking. Come, I will show you where we keep the good pillows before someone gives you the flat one. Salewa looked at Teniola, confused. Teniola nodded. Slowly, the girl followed. That first day at the center did not heal Salewa. Healing did not happen because a place was kind. Healing happened when kindness stayed long enough to become believable. At breakfast, Salewa sat at the end of the table and hid extra bread in her pocket. Baby Bolanle saw it, said nothing, and later quietly placed two more pieces beside her plate. At the workshop, Amaka introduced her simply as our guest, not the girl from the news. The older students looked curious, but no one asked questions because Zainab had warned them with the voice she used in court. In the afternoon, King David showed Salewa the computer lab. She stood in the doorway, refusing to enter. I don't know computer, she said. King David smiled. Good. Computers like beginners. They have someone to impress. She did not smile, but she stepped inside. He showed her how to type her name. Saleva. She stared at the screen after the letters appeared. Then she typed it again. And again. And again. As if the machine was proving she existed. That evening, Teniola watched from the veranda as baby Bolanle tried to teach Salewa how to thread a needle. Don't force it, baby Bolanle said importantly. Slow hand, steady eye. Salewa held the needle too tightly. The thread missed. Again, again, again. Her jaw tightened. I can't do it. You can. I said I can't. You said it. That doesn't make it true. Salewa threw the thread down. I don't want to learn. The courtyard went quiet. Baby Bolanle looked startled. Salewa's breathing became sharp. Everybody wants to teach me something. Sit well, greet well, sweep well. Don't cry, don't talk. Be grateful, be quiet. Now needle too. Teniola stepped forward, but Amaka touched her arm gently. Wait, Amaka whispered. Baby Bolanle looked at Salewa for a long moment. Then she sat down on the floor. Okay, she said. Salewa blinked. Okay, what? Okay, don't learn. I thought you would shout. I am not your stepmother. Salewa flinched. Baby Bolanle's face softened. Sorry. Salewa looked away. For a moment, neither girl spoke. Then baby Bolanle picked up the needle and thread again. My grandmother used to say, threading needle is not by force. The hole is small. The thread is soft. If your hand is angry, it will not enter. Salewa wiped her face quickly, angry at the tears. My hand is always angry. Then rest it first. Baby Bolanle placed the needle on the bench between them. You can try tomorrow. That night, Salewa did something new. She left her nylon bag on the chair instead of under her pillow. Teniola noticed. She said nothing. The next morning, Salewa came to breakfast with swollen eyes, but her shoulders were less tight. After eating, she went to the workshop by herself. Baby Bolanle was already there. The needle waited on the table. Salewa sat down. Don't talk too much, she said. Baby Bolanle nodded solemnly. I will talk medium. Salewa picked up the thread. Her hand shook. Once. Twice. The thread missed. She took a breath. Slow hand. Steady eye. On the third try, it passed through. For a second, Salewa only stared. Then she looked at baby Bolanle. Baby Bolanle grinned like the Supreme Court had just ruled in their favor. You see, Salewa's mouth trembled. It was not a smile yet. But it was no longer only pain. Teniola stood at the workshop door, unseen. Amaka came beside her. You are crying, Amaka whispered. No, I'm not. You are a minister lying badly. Teniola wiped her face. Inside the workshop, Salewa tied a small knot at the end of the thread. Baby Bolanle guided her hand to the cloth. The first stitch was crooked, very crooked, but it held. And sometimes, Teniola thought that was the beginning of everything. Not perfection, not victory, not applause, Just one crooked stitch that did not break. Later that day, Teniola visited her mother's grave behind the school. The garden was quiet. Blue flowers had grown around the stone. Bolanle's name was carved simply. Bolanle Adihoke, mother, teacher, builder. She cut straight. Beside it was a smaller marker for Femi Adegoke, father of Teniola, watchman who learned late. Teniola stood between both graves. For many years, she had thought legacy meant carrying her mother forward. Now she understood legacy was heavier than carrying. It was sharing the weight without dropping it. It was trusting Amaka to lead, trusting King David with the gate, trusting Zainab with the law, trusting baby Bolanle with the needle, and maybe one day trusting Salewa with the story. Behind her, she heard footsteps. She turned. Salewa stood there, holding a small piece of cloth. A single crooked stitch ran through it. I did it, the girl said quietly. Teniola smiled. I see. It is not straight. Most first stitches are not. Salewa looked at Bolanle's grave. Is this your mother? Yes. The one who loved your face? Teniola's throat tightened. Yes. Salewa stepped closer to the grave. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she whispered, Good afternoon, ma. The wind moved gently through the flowers. Salewa looked at the cloth in her hand. Then she said, almost too quietly to hear, My mother would have liked this place. Teniola placed a hand on her shoulder. For the first time, Salewa did not move away. She would have liked you in it, Teniola said. Salewa looked up at her. Something opened in her face. Not trustfully, not yet, but a window, small, bright, enough. That evening, as the sun lowered over Surulere, Salewa returned to the room she shared with baby Bolanle. She took her nylon bag from the chair and untied it again. This time, she removed the photograph of her mother and placed it carefully on the bedside table. Then she removed the report card, then the exercise book, then the broken comb. Baby Bolanle watched from her own bed, wisely silent for once. Salewa folded the empty nylon bag and put it inside the wardrobe. Not under the pillow, not on her lap, not beside the door, inside the wardrobe, as if she planned to stay long enough to need storage. Outside the room, Teniola saw it from the hallway and stepped back before they noticed her. She pressed her hand to her chest. The country was still waiting for her. Abuja was still calling. There were policies to write, enemies to answer, shelters to fund, laws to defend, girls in every state whose names she did not yet know. But inside one small room in Surulere, a child had unpacked her bag. And for that night, that was enough. Because legacy did not always announce itself with speeches. Sometimes, legacy was a frightened girl placing her mother's photograph on a bedside table. Sometimes it was another girl teaching her to thread a needle. Sometimes it was a crooked stitch. Sometimes it was an empty nylon bag folded into a wardrobe. And sometimes it was the quiet decision of a child who had been thrown away too many times, finally believing, even just a little, that maybe this time nobody was coming to send her out. For 2 weeks, Salewa lived at the Teniola Center for Girls, like someone standing in the doorway of a house during rain, unsure if she had truly been invited inside. She slept in the room with baby Bolanle. But every night before closing her eyes, she checked the wardrobe to make sure her nylon bag was still there. She ate at the long table with the other girls, but she always took the smallest piece of meat, even when Amaka told her there was enough. She attended classes, but she sat at the back, close to the door, as if her body needed an escape route before her mind could learn. But slowly, without announcing itself, the center began to enter her. Not all at once, not like magic. The center entered her in small things. In the way King David never shouted when she made mistakes on the computer, only said, Try again, The keyboard has not reported you. In the way Amaka checked her hair every morning, rubbing oil gently into the short patches and saying, hair grows back, but confidence must be watered too. In the way Zainab gave her books and did not ask why she cried over certain pages. In the way baby Bolanle talked too much, laughed too loudly, and made space beside her without making Salewa feel like a charity project. And in the way Teniola called every night from Abuja. Sometimes the calls were short because meetings swallowed her. Sometimes she called past midnight, her voice tired, papers rustling in the background, but she called every day. At first, Salewa answered with yes ma and no ma and I am fine ma. By the fifth night, she said, baby Bolanle snores. By the eighth night, she said, King David said I type faster than some adults. By the 12th night, she asked, when you were small, did you also feel afraid when people were kind? Teniola did not answer quickly. Yes, she said at last. Sometimes, kindness felt like a chair someone would pull away when I sat down. Salewa was quiet. Then she said, that is how it feels. Then sit slowly, Teniola told her. But sit. So Saleva tried. She sat in class. She sat in the workshop. She sat beside baby Bolanle during evening prep. She sat in the courtyard when the girls sang the school anthem. And each time nobody pulled the chair away, something inside her became a little less ready to run. But peace, Teniola had learnt long ago, always made wounded people nervous, because when you had lived too long under trouble, quiet felt suspicious. The trouble came on a Monday morning. It came in a brown envelope, delivered by hand to the center gate. The new security man signed for it, then carried it to King David. King David saw the sender's name and walked straight to Amaka's office. The envelope was from the family court. Inside was a court summons. Mr. Adisa, Salewa's father, had filed for full custody. He claimed his daughter had been unlawfully influenced, that the ministry and the center were poisoning her against her family, and that Teniola Adegoke was using the child to build political sympathy for a new national shelter project. But the worst part was not the summons. The worst part was the attached statement. Auntie Lyra had sworn an affidavit saying Salewa was unstable, disobedient, and prone to stealing. She claimed Salewa had stolen money, lied about abuse, and once tried to burn clothes in the house. She said the girl was dangerous to other children. By noon, the affidavit had leaked online. By 2 o'clock, bloggers had given Salewa a new name, the troubled girl at Tiniola Center. Amaka tried to keep the phones away from her, but children always found what adults tried to hide. Salewa saw it on another student's phone during lunch. She did not scream. She did not cry. She simply stood, walked out of the dining hall, went to the room she shared with baby Bolanle, opened the wardrobe, removed her nylon bag, and began packing. Baby Bolanle followed her in. What are you doing? Salewa did not answer. She folded her report card, her secret book, her mother's photograph, and the broken comb into the bag with shaking hands. Baby Bolanle stood in the doorway. Salewa, I knew it. Knew what? I knew safe would finish. It has not finished. Salewa turned on her. Her eyes were wet but hard. You don't understand because this place is yours. Your name is on the walls. Your grandmother's name is on the building. Your father runs the computers. Your mother runs the clinic. Your auntie is minister. Even your dead people have stones in the garden. Baby Bolanle flinched. Salewa regretted it immediately, but pain had already thrown the words. This place is not mine, she continued, quieter now. It was just borrowing me. Baby Bolanle stepped inside. That is not true. They are saying I steal. They are saying I am mad. If I stay, they will say the center keeps bad girls. They will send me away later. Better I go first. To where? Salewa tied the bag. Anywhere. Anywhere is not a place. It is better than waiting. Baby Bolanle blocked the door. Salewa's face changed. Move. No. Move. No. I said move. No. Salewa pushed her. Baby Bolanle stumbled backward and hit the side of the bed. Her elbow struck the wooden frame. She cried out. The sound froze Salewa. For a second, both girls stared at each other. Baby Bolanle held her elbow, tears filling her eyes. Salewa looked at her own hands like they belonged to someone else. I'm sorry, she whispered. Then she ran. By the time Amaka heard what happened, Salewa had already left through the back gate. The center exploded into panic. King David got on his motorcycle and searched the streets. Zainab called the police, the bus parks, the child protection officer, and Teniola. Amaka stayed with baby Bolanle, whose elbow was bruised but not broken, though her pride was badly wounded. In Abuja, Teniola received the call while sitting in a budget defense meeting. A director was explaining why a shelter renovation had been delayed for 18 months because of procurement complications when her phone buzzed again and again. She saw Amaka's name, then Zainab's, then King David's. Her body knew before her mind did. She stood. The director stopped speaking. Honorable Minister. Teniola picked the call. Zainab's voice came through, tight and frightened. Ma, Salewa ran. Everything in Teniola went still. When? 30 minutes ago. We are searching. She saw the affidavit online. She packed. Baby Bolanle tried to stop her. There was a struggle. Is baby Bolanle okay? She is shaking, but okay. Where is King David? Searching. I'm coming. The permanent secretary stood. Ma, the budget session. Teniola was already working. Continue without me. Ma, the committee chairman will not like. Teniola turned at the door. A child is missing. The room went silent. She left. The flight to Lagos felt longer than any court judgment she had ever waited for. On the plane, Teniola sat by the window, phone in hand, reading updates that were not updates. No sighting. No sighting. No sighting. A girl in green seen near Ojuelegba. Not her. A child at the bus stop. Not her. Someone said they saw her near a market. False alarm. Every message tightened the rope around Teniola's chest. She remembered being 4 years old, on a downfall, rain on the window, her mother's hand gripping hers. She had not run because Bolanle held her. Salewa had no mother's hand now. Salewa had a nylon bag, a wounded heart, and the dangerous belief that living first was safer than being sent away. Teniola closed her eyes. Mommy, she whispered, where do thrown away girls go when they run? The answer came before the plane landed. They went where someone once loved them. At the airport, King David called. Still nothing. Check her old school, Teniola said. We did. Check her teacher. Miss Necker said she has not seen her. Check Mararaba. That is too far. She crossed it once. We have people there. Teniola gripped the phone. Did anyone check where her mother used to sell masa? Silence. Then King David said, we don't know the exact spot. I do. She opened the file on her tablet. Salewa's statement had mentioned it. A junction near a small mosque in Mararaba. Morning masa, night cleaning. A mother sleeping on buses. Send someone now. I'll go myself, King David said. No. Wait for me. Minister. David. He paused. Then softly. Okay. By the time Teniola reached the center, night had already fallen. The compound was restless. Girls stood in small groups, whispering. Amaka's face was drawn. Zainab had files spread across the table, calling contacts. Baby Bolanle sat on the veranda with her bruised elbow wrapped, eyes swollen from crying. When she saw Teniola, She ran to her. Auntie, I pushed her to stay, and she pushed me. And then she looked scared and ran, and I should have moved, and I should have. Teniola pulled her close. Breathe. It is my fault. No, I blocked the door. You were trying to stop her from leaving. I made her feel trapped. Teniola held the child's face gently. Listen to me. When people are hurt, sometimes love feels like a locked door. You did not hurt her on purpose, but we will learn from it. Baby Bolanle cried harder. What if she doesn't come back? Teniola had no safe answer, so she gave the only true one. We will look until we find her. Then she changed from her ministerial clothes into a simple black dress and flat shoes. King David was waiting by the car. Amaka tried to insist on coming, but Teniola shook her head. Stay with the girls. Zainab stepped forward. I should come. We may need legal. You will be needed here when we bring her back. Not if. When they drove to Maraba in silence, Lagos lights gave way to darker roads. Traffic thinned. Street fires burned in metal drums. Women sold food under umbrellas. Men pushed carts. Children slept on benches beside their mothers' stalls. The city looked different when you were searching for one child. Every small body became a question. Every green dress became fear. At the junction Salewa had described, Tiniola got down. The air smelled of smoke, fried batter, dust, and rain waiting to fall. A woman selling masa looked up when Teniola approached. Good evening, ma. Please, I am looking for a girl. 13. Low hair, green dress, carrying a small nylon bag. The woman studied her face. Recognition entered slowly. You are the minister. I am looking for a child. The woman's expression changed. Many children pass here. This one's mother used to sell masa here. Her name was Rukayat. At the name, the woman's eyes softened. Rukayat's daughter. Yes. The woman pointed toward a narrow road beside the mosque. There is an old room there. Rukayat stayed there before she married that useless man. Sometimes the girl comes to sit outside. I saw someone there this evening. Teniola did not wait. She walked fast, King David behind her. The road was muddy. Rain began in small drops. Dogs barked. A generator coughed somewhere. And for one sharp moment, the sound pulled Teniola back to Mushin so hard she almost stumbled. Then she saw her. Salewa was sitting under the broken shade of a locked wooden door. Knees pulled to her chest. Nylon bag beside her. Rain dotted her shoulders. Her face was turned toward the empty room, as if she could see through the door into another time. Teniola stopped a few steps away. King David stayed back. Salewa, Teniola said softly. The girl did not turn. How did you find me? Your mother loved you here. Salewa's shoulders shook once. He pushed baby Bolanle. She is okay. I am bad. No, I hurt her. You were scared. That is what bad people say after hurting someone. Teniola moved closer, slowly, like approaching a wounded animal. Bad people don't usually run to the place where they miss their mother and cry in the rain. Salewa wiped her face angrily. I am not crying. Okay, I am not going back. Teniola lowered herself onto the wet ground beside her. You don't have to decide that this second. Salewa looked at her then, shocked. You will sit on the ground. I have sat in worse places. You are minister. I was a girl first. Rain thickened. King David stepped forward with an umbrella, but Teniola lifted her hand. He stopped. Salewa stared at the locked door. This was our room before my father, she whispered. My mother used to fry masa outside. I would sleep on a mat. We were poor, but she would touch my face every morning and say, Daughter me, wake up. Your big forehead is wasting daylight. Teniola smiled through the ache in her throat. She sounds wonderful. She was tired. Salewa's voice broke. Everybody says she was strong. I don't want to be strong like that. Strong people die tired. Teniola closed her eyes. because that sentence was too close to her own secret fear. Bolanle had been strong. So strong that people praised her strength after forgetting to ask who made her carry so much. Yes, Teniola said. Sometimes strong people die tired. Salewa looked at her. Then why do you people keep telling me I am strong? Teniola breathed in the wet night air. You are right. We should not only tell children they are strong, we should make the world softer so they do not have to be strong every minute. Saleva's face crumpled. I don't want my story online. I don't want people saying I am troubled. I don't want court. I don't want to be proof. I don't want to be like you. The words struck deep. King David shifted behind them, but Eniola did not move. Salewa seemed terrified by what she had said, but she continued. I don't want to become big because people broke me. I don't want to help everybody. I don't want my pain to become law. I just want my mother. The rain fell harder. For a long moment, Teniola could not speak because Salewa had said what no one had allowed Teniola to say when she was young. Everyone had praised her rising, her brilliance, her revenge, her dignity, her legacy. But nobody asked whether a child should have to turn pain into purpose just to survive. Teniola turned her face upward into the rain. Then she said, I wanted my mother too. Salewa's crying became soundless. I still want her, Teniola continued. Even now, with all the titles, with all the laws, with people calling me honorable, some days I want to go back to that one room in Mushin, put my head on her lap, and be nobody important. Salewa looked at her, eyes wide. But she's gone, Teniola said. And your mother is gone. And that is not fair. It will never become fair because we build something from it. A school does not make it fair. A law does not make it fair. Becoming minister does not make it fair. Her voice trembled now. But we can still choose what the pain is allowed to become. Not because pain is good, pain is not good. But because if we do nothing with it, the people who hurt us get to write the ending. Salewa hugged her knees tighter. I don't know how to go back. To the center, to them. Everybody saw. Baby Bolanle will hate me. No, she won't. You don't know. I know her. I pushed her. And you will apologize. What if she doesn't forgive me? Then you will give her time. What if the girls laugh? Then I will personally become their nightmare. Saleva stared at her. For the first time that night, a tiny laugh escaped. It was small and broken, but it was there. Teniola smiled gently. Then Salewa's face became serious again. What if the court sends me back to my father? Teniola took a slow breath. Then we will fight. Properly, legally, patiently, with evidence. I don't want to stand in court. You may not have to. I don't want my father to hate me more. That part is not yours to control. Salewa looked at the locked door again. My mother would tell me to behave. Maybe she believed children should respect fathers. My mother did too, until my father forgot how to be one. Salewa turned to her. Teniola continued. Respect does not mean walking back into harm. Forgiveness does not mean returning to the fire. Family does not mean silence. The rain began to soften. From the mosque, a man's voice floated faintly into the night. Somewhere behind them, a woman laughed while packing her food tray. Life continued around them, careless and ordinary. Salewa picked up her nylon bag. I am tired. Teniola stood slowly, then offered her hand. Salewa looked at it. This time, she took it. When they got back to the center, the girls were gathered in the hall. Amaka had tried to send them to bed, but nobody moved. Zainab stood near the door. Baby Bolanle sat in front, elbow wrapped, eyes red. When Salewa entered, the room went silent. She froze. Her hand tightened around Teniola's. Baby Bolanle stood first. For a moment, the two girls only looked at each other. Then Salewa stepped forward. I am sorry, she said, voice shaking. I pushed you. I was scared, but that does not make it okay. Baby Bolanle swallowed. It pained me. I know. And you said this place is not yours. Salewa looked down. I know. Baby Bolanle walked toward her. Everyone watched. Then she held out the needle case. You left this in the workshop. Saliva stared at it. Baby Bolanle's mouth trembled. If you run again, carry your sewing things. How will you fix your life without thread? A few girls laughed softly through tears. Salewa took the case. Then baby Bolanle hugged her. At first, Salewa stood stiff. Then slowly, her arms rose. She held on, not tightly, but enough. Teniola looked away because some moments were too holy to stare at. That night, after the girls went to bed, Teniola sat with Amaka, King David, and Zainab in the office. The custody hearing was in 1 week. The affidavit had damaged Salewa's name. The father was angry. The media was hungry. And Salewa was not ready to become a symbol. Teniola looked at Zainab. We need to protect her privacy completely. No more public statements about the case. Zainab nodded. Agreed. Amaka folded her arms. And emotionally, we need to slow down. She's not ready for everyone expecting greatness from her. King David sighed. We keep telling wounded children they can become anything. Sometimes they first need permission to become children. Teniola looked at him. He had become wise in a way that still surprised her. You are right, she said. Zainab looked through the file. The teacher's statement will help. Medical reports too. But the father's lawyer will push the troubled child narrative. Teniola's face hardened. Then we changed the question. To what? Not whether Salewa is perfect, whether home was safe. The room fell quiet. That was the truth. Children did not need to be perfect to deserve protection. They did not need good grades, clean behavior, gentle voices, or inspiring stories. They deserved safety because they were children. Later, Teniola walked to the dormitory. Salewa and baby Bolanle were asleep in separate beds. The nylon bag was back in the wardrobe. The photograph of Rukayat was on the table. Beside it was the crooked stitch Salewa had made, now folded carefully. Teniola stood there for a long time. She thought about Salewa's words in the rain. I don't want to be like you. Instead of hurting her, the words had freed something. Because maybe Salewa was not supposed to be another Teniola. Maybe that was a mistake adults made when they rescued children. They wanted the child to rise in a way that made the rescue meaningful. They wanted pain to produce greatness so the pain would feel less terrible. But what if legacy was not creating another fighter? What if legacy was creating enough safety for a girl to choose softness, to choose ordinary, to choose laughter, to choose a life that did not need a courtroom to prove it what? Teniola walked outside to the graves. The night was quiet after rain. She stood between Bolanle and Femi again. Mommy, she whispered, I think I understand now. The wind moved gently. She does not have to become me. A leaf fell near her feet. She only has to become free. And for the first time since Salewa arrived at the ministry gate, Teniola felt the shape of the ending. Not revenge, not restoration, not even legacy as the world understood it. Freedom. That was the final thing. A girl called Worthless, who no longer needed to prove she was valuable. A girl who could wake up, eat breakfast, go to school, make mistakes, apologize, laugh, grow hair, write stories, and sleep without holding her bag. A girl who could be ordinary and still be treasured. Tiniola wiped her eyes and turned back toward the dormitory. Tomorrow, they would prepare for court. Tomorrow, the world would argue again. But tonight, Salewa was asleep. Baby Bolanle was asleep. The center was quiet. And inside a wardrobe, An empty nylon bag waited in darkness, no longer packed, no longer ready, no longer the only home a child trusted. For tonight, that was victory. For tonight, that was enough. The custody hearing was held on a rainy Thursday morning, the kind of rain that made Lagos look like it was remembering old wounds. Water ran along the gutters outside the family court. Women lifted their wrappers above their ankles. Lawyers hurried under black umbrellas. Children stood beside tired mothers, some crying, some quiet, some already learning how to make themselves small in public places where adults decided their future. Teniola arrived without cameras. That was the first thing everyone noticed. No press team, no photographers, no official convoy blocking the gate, no dramatic entrance. She came in a simple navy dress, her hair pulled back, with only Zainab beside her carrying the file. The reporters waiting outside rushed toward her anyway. Honorable Minister, is it true you are personally adopting the child? Ma, did you pressure the court? Is this case connected to your national shelter policy? Will the girl testify today? Teniola stopped. The rain tapped against the umbrella above her head. She looked at them calmly and said, "Today is not about me. It is not about politics. It is about a child's safety. If you publish her face, her private statement, or anything that exposes her identity further, my ministry will take legal action." A young reporter raised his phone. "But ma, the public has followed the story. The public can follow the law," Teniola said. Then she walked inside. In the waiting room, Salewa sat between Amaka and baby Bolanle. She wore a clean green dress, the color she had told Teniola she liked. Her hair was still low, but Amaka had rubbed it with oil until it shone softly. In her hand, she held a crooked stitch she made at the center, folded into a small square of cloth. Baby Bolanle leaned close and whispered something into her ear. Salewa shook her head. Baby Bolanle whispered again. This time, Salewa almost smiled. Teniola watched them from the doorway. For a moment, she saw two girls instead of one case. One girl, born inside the family's healed wound. One girl rescued from another family's open wound. Both of them sitting side by side under the same roof of mercy. Amaka stood when she saw Teniola. She is nervous. I know. She keeps asking if she has to talk. Teniola walked to Salewa and crouched in front of her. You do not have to perform pain today, she said. Salewa blinked. What does that mean? It means you do not need to cry enough for them to believe you. You do not need to sound perfect. You do not need to become a story for people to clap for. Just answer what the judge asks. If you are tired, say you are tired. If you are afraid, say you are afraid. Salewa gripped the cloth. What if my father looks at me? Then you can look at me. What if he cries? His tears are not instructions. That sentence settled Salewa. Across the hallway, Mr. Adisa arrived with Auntie Lara and their lawyer. He looked less confident than before. The online noise had turned against him after Miss Necker, Salewa's teacher, released a careful statement confirming that she had reported concerns about Salewa's welfare twice before, but no one acted. People who had shouted about parental rights became quieter when they learnt the child had been asking for help long before she reached the ministry gate. Still, pride did not die quickly. When Mr. Adisa saw Salewa, his face tightened. My daughter, he said. Salewa's body stiffened. Baby Bolanle took her hand. Teniola stood between them without touching anyone. Mr. Adisa, she said, the courtroom is ready. He looked at her with anger and something like fear. You have turned my own blood against me. Teniola's voice stayed low. No, your blood ran to us because your house became unsafe. His lawyer pulled him away before he could answer. Inside the courtroom, the judge was not interested in drama. Her name was Justice Ibrahim, and she had the calm face of a woman who had seen too many adults lie smoothly while children shook beside them. She began by clearing unnecessary observers from the room, Reporters were not allowed inside. Bloggers were refused. Only parties, council, child welfare officers, and approved guardians remained. For the first time since Salewa's story entered the public eye, the room felt protected. Zainab led the case for the center and the ministry's child protection unit. She was young, but her voice carried the discipline of someone trained by Teniola's legacy and sharpened by her own fire. She did not attack Mr. Adisa first. She attacked the question everyone had been asking. This matter is not about whether a father feels embarrassed, Zainab said. It is not about whether a child is perfectly behaved. It is not about whether a minister is popular or unpopular. The question before this court is simple. Was the child safe in that home? And what arrangement now serves her welfare? She presented the medical reports, the school reports, Miss Necker's statement, the photographs of bond books, the counselor's assessment, the record of previous concerns. She presented Salewa's exercise book, but only after asking the court to seal it from public access. The judge agreed. Teniola watched Salewa exhale. Then Mr. Adisa's lawyer stood. He spoke well, too well. He painted a picture of a grieving widower trying to raise a stubborn daughter. He said poverty made homes imperfect. He said the stepmother had been misunderstood. He said Salewa was influenced by activist language. He said children sometimes exaggerated correction when they wanted freedom from discipline. Then, he made the mistake of asking Salewa to speak. Justice Ibrahim looked at Salewa gently. Do you want to answer questions, my child? Salewa looked at Teniola. Teniola did not nod. She did not instruct. She only looked back with steady eyes. Salewa stood. Her hands trembled, but her voice came out clear enough. Yes, ma. They brought her to a smaller chair, not the witness box. Justice Ibrahim removed some of the heaviness from her voice. Salewa, do you understand why you are here? Salewa nodded. To decide where I will stay. Where do you want to stay? Salewa looked down at the green cloth in her hand. At the center. For now. For now? Yes, ma. I don't know forever yet. The judge's face softened. That is an honest answer. Mr. Adisa's lawyer stood. Salewa, did your father ever tell you he hated you? Salewa swallowed. Not with those words. With what words? The lawyer seemed pleased, as if he had trapped her. Salewa looked at her father for 1 second, then away. He said I brought bad luck. He said my mother died because of my wahala. He said if I was a boy, people would respect him more. He said my face made the house dark when my stepmother said it first. Mr. Adisa closed his eyes. The lawyer tried again. Did he feed you? Sometimes. Did he pay your school fees? Sometimes. So, he cared for you? Salewa thought about it. The courtroom waited. Then, she said, feeding a child, sometimes, is not the same as loving her safely. Teniola shut her eyes. Not because she was sad, because there were moments when a child's truth stood taller than any lawyer in the room. The lawyer had no more useful questions. Then Justice Ibrahim spoke directly to Mr. Adisa. Do you wish to say anything? For the first time, his pride cracked in public. He stood slowly. I was angry after her mother died, he said. I did not know what to do with a daughter who looked like the woman I lost. Sometimes looking at her pained me. Salewa's face twisted. He continued, voice breaking. I blamed her because I could not blame death. I let my wife treat her badly. I told myself it was discipline. But when she ran away, I was not only afraid, I was ashamed. Then people started talking, and I became angry again. Auntie Lara stared at him, shocked. He looked at Salewa. I failed you. The room went still. But this was not like Femi kneeling in court. Teniola felt the difference. Femi's apology had come after everything was exposed, after loss had crushed him, after prison had emptied his pride. Mr. Adisa was still at the beginning. His apology was not a full harvest. It was only a seed. And seeds could die if left in bad soil. Salewa did not run into his arms. She did not cry and call him daddy. She only nodded once, as if accepting that she had heard him, not that he had healed her. Justice Ibrahim made her ruling that afternoon. Temporary custody would remain with the Teniola Center for Girls under Amaka's direct supervision, with the ministry's Child Protection Department monitoring. Mr. Adisa would attend mandatory parenting counseling and grief therapy. Auntie Lara would not have unsupervised contact with Salewa. Family visits could begin after 3 months, only if Salewa agreed and only in the presence of a counselor. Then the judge said something that stayed with everyone. A child is not returned to a house simply because the house is familiar. Familiar harm is still harm. Salewa did not smile when the ruling came. She only pressed the green cloth to her chest and breathed like someone who had been underwater too long. Outside the courtroom, reporters shouted again, but Teniola did not stop. She put Salewa in the middle of the group, surrounded by Amaka, baby Bolanle, Zainab, and King David, who had arrived late after driving through rain from Surulere. They moved like a wall. For once, the world did not get to eat a girl's pain. That evening, the center did not hold a celebration. Teniola refused it. No party, she said. This is not a victory over her father. It is a chance for a child to breathe. So they cooked simple yam porridge. The girls ate quietly. Baby Bolanle gave Salewa the bigger piece of fish and pretended not to notice when Salewa gave half of it back. After dinner, Salewa went to the workshop alone. Tiniola found her there, sitting at Bolanle's old machine. The room smelled of cloth, oil, and memory. You okay? Tiniola asked. Salewa shrugged. I don't know. That is allowed. The girl touched the machine. Did your mother use this? Yes. She carried the head of that machine when my father sent us out. It is heavy. It was. Why did she carry it? Because she knew her hands still needed a future. Salewa traced the metal edge. My father said sorry. He did. Am I bad because I don't want to go back? No, he cried. I saw. I felt sorry for him. That does not mean you must return. Salewa looked up. Can you feel sorry for someone and still stay away? Teniola sat beside her. Yes. Sometimes that is the healthiest kind of mercy. Salewa thought about it. Then she said, I don't want to hate him forever. You don't have to decide forever. Today. I don't want to be like the people who hurt me. You are already not like them. How do you know? Because you are worried about it. For a while, only the evening sounds entered the workshop. Girls laughing outside, plates being washed, a generator starting somewhere far away, then stopping. Baby Bolanle's voice scolding someone for stepping on thread. Salewa looked toward the door. Baby Bolanle said I should sew something for the wall. What wall? The wall where girls write what they want to become. Teniola smiled. And what will you write? Salewa looked down. I don't know yet. You once wrote safe. I still want safe. Safe is a good beginning. Salewa was quiet. Then she whispered, Can I write daughter? Teniola's chest tightened. Yes, she said. You can write daughter. The next morning, Salewa stood before the wall in the main hallway. It was called the future wall. Every girl at the center wrote something there when she was ready. Some wrote doctor, some lawyer, some pilot, some fashion designer, some mother, some engineer. Baby Bolanle had written tailor of laws and cloth, which Teniola still believed was too dramatic, but nobody argued with her. Salewa held a marker. The hallway was empty, except for Teniola, Amaka, King David, Zainab, and baby Bolanle. No crowd, no speech, no pressure. She stood there for almost 5 minutes. Then she wrote, Say first, daughter always. maybe writer. Baby Bolanle clapped once, then stopped when Amaka gave her a look. Salewa stepped back. Her face was not happy exactly. It was something better. It was peaceful. Weeks passed. Then, months. Teniola returned to Abuja, but she came home more often now. Not because the work reduced. The work only grew. The National Shelter Project began in 12 states. The Bolanle Act Enforcement Unit opened offices in every region. The ministry launched a confidential reporting line for children in unsafe homes. It was called the Open Gate Line, named quietly after Femi's final years, though only the family knew that. But Teniola had changed the way she worked. She no longer confused carrying everything with loving deeply. Amaka led the center with a firmness that surprised even herself. Zainab finished law school and became the youngest legal advisor in the center's history. King David trained boys in the evening program, teaching them that manhood was not control, noise, or inheritance, but protection, honesty, and repair. Baby Bolanle grew taller. Her stitches became straighter. She still talked too much, but now Salewa talked back. And Salewa began to write. At first, only in her secret book. Then in school essays. Then short stories. She wrote about a girl who carried a bag because she did not trust doors. She wrote about a woman with a big office who sat on the floor. She wrote about a dead mother who spoke through the smell of massa. She wrote about a school where even broken combs were allowed to stay. One evening, she brought a story to Teniola. Can you read it? She asked. Teniola took the notebook. The title was The Girl Who Did Not Become a Fighter. Teniola read the first page and had to pause. Salewa looked worried. Is it bad? No, Teniola said softly. It is honest. In the story, the girl did not become a lawyer. She did not stand in court and defeat everyone. She did not give speeches. She grew hair. She learned to sleep. She planted ugu in a small garden. She forgave slowly. She laughed loudly. She became a teacher who told children, you do not need to suffer before you matter. When Teniola finished, she closed the notebook carefully. This is the ending I did not know I needed, she said. Salewa smiled fully then. Not almost. Not halfway. Fully. Years moved gently after that. Not without trouble. Trouble still came. Funding delayed. Politicians lied. Families resisted. Girls relapsed into fear. Some boys in the evening program fought. Some mothers returned to unsafe homes before they were ready to leave. Some laws worked slowly. Some wounds reopened during holidays. But the center had learned something from Bolanle's life. You did not build a legacy by expecting pain to disappear. You built it by making sure pain never had the final word. On the 10th anniversary of the Supreme Court judgment that upheld the Bolanle Act, the center held its largest gathering. Women came from Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Enugu, Kano, Port Harcourt, and villages whose names did not appear on maps. Former students returned with children of their own. Some were nurses, some lawyers, some tailors, some traders, some mothers, some still figuring life out. None were asked to prove their worth before being welcomed. Teniola, now older, stood on the veranda where Bolanle once watched the girls sing. Grey had started showing near her temples. She had served her country, fought more battles, and turned down more praise than she accepted. People called her a national icon now. She still preferred Auntie Tenny. Amaka stood beside her, strong and full-faced, no longer surprised by leadership. King David walked slowly now, with a slight limp from an old motorcycle accident, holding the hand of his daughter Bolanle, who was no longer baby anything. She was 20, sharp-eyed, and preparing to study law and fashion design because she insisted she would combine both sides of the family. Zainab stood near the stage in her lawyer's robe, laughing with Miss Neka, who had travelled from Abuja to attend, and Salewa stood at the microphone. She was 23 now. Her hair had grown full and thick, braided simply down her back. She wore green, always green, not because it hid her, but because it reminded her of the mother who loved her face. In her hand was a book, her first published book, Safe First. The dedication read, "For my mother, Rukayat, who called me daughter. For Bolanle, who built a house inside a room. For Tenyola, who opened the gates. And for every child who should not have to become strong before being loved." When Salewa began to speak, the compound became quiet. "I came here with a nylon bag," she said. "I kept it under my pillow because I believed every place would send me away eventually. People wanted me to become a symbol. Some wanted me to become evidence. Some wanted me to become another Teniola Adegoke." The crowd laughed softly. Salewa looked at Teniola and smiled. "But Auntie Teni told me something that saved me. She told me I did not have to become her. I only had to become free." Teniola's eyes filled. Salewa continued. "So I became a writer. I write for girls who are tired of being called strong when what they really need is rest. I write for girls who are called stubborn because they survived. I write for girls who still sleep with bags under their pillows. And I write for the adults who must learn that a child's first dream should never have to be safety. Safety should be where the dreaming starts." The applause rose slowly, then fully. Teniola looked toward the garden. Bolanle's grave was covered in blue flowers. Femi's small stone stood beside hers. The old gate key rested in a glass box in the hallway, opposite the scissors, with a plaque that read, "Open gently." Two lessons facing each other. Cut straight. Open gently. That evening, after the celebration, after the food, after the songs, after the speeches, Teniola walked alone through the center. The sewing workshop was quiet. She ran her fingers over her mother's old machine. For the first time in many years, she did not feel the ache of unfinished grief. She missed Bolanle. Yes, she would always miss her, but the missing no longer felt like an empty room. It felt like a lamp left on. Baby Bolanle, now simply Bolanle, entered carrying a small piece of blue cloth. "Auntie," she said, "I want to show you something." Teniola turned. Bolanle threaded a needle in one smooth motion. Slow hand, steady eye. Then she stitched a straight line across the cloth. "Perfect." Teniola smiled. "My mother will be proud." Bolanle looked at the stitch, then shook her head. "No, she would tell me to teach someone else." Teniola laughed through tears. From the doorway, Salewa appeared with two younger girls. One of them clutched a small plastic bag. Salewa smiled gently. "This one came today. She says she does not want to unpack yet." Teniola looked at the child. Small, frightened, watchful. Another doorway. Another beginning. For a moment, the old sadness touched her. Then peace followed, because now she understood. The story did not end because no more girls were hurt. The story ended because there was finally a place ready to receive them. Teniola walked to the child and crouched, just as she had done years ago at the ministry gate. "What is your name?" she asked softly. The child held the bag tighter. "Mariam." Teniola smiled. "Welcome, Mariam. You can keep your bag as long as you need. And when you are ready, we have a wardrobe." The child looked confused, but Salewa smiled like someone who understood every word. Later that night, Teniola sat on the veranda with Amaka, King David, Zenab, Bolanle, and Salewa. The compound was quiet. The girls were asleep. Somewhere inside, Maria was sleeping with her bag under her pillow, and nobody was rushing her. The air was clean. No generator smoke. No shouting. No gate closing like punishment. Just the soft breathing of many futures. Teniola looked around at the people who remained. Her brother, who was once supposed to replace her but became her partner in healing. Her sister-in-law who turned care into leadership. The girl who inherited Bolanle's name and needle. The child who arrived broken and became a writer of softness. The lawyer who once was the girl in the yellow raincoat. She leaned back and whispered, "We survived." King David smiled. "We rose." Salewa added quietly, "And we made room." Teniola closed her eyes. That was the final line. Not revenge, not proving, not winning. Room. Room for the rejected daughter. Room for the ashamed father to learn late. Room for the son who had been raised wrongly to become gentle. Room for the mother's name to become law. Room for the next girl with a nylon bag. Room for ordinary dreams. Room for rest. Room for laughter. Room for a child to be safe first and anything else later. In the garden, the night wind moved through the blue flowers on Bolanle's grave. If love could speak without words, it spoke there. In the quiet sound of leaves, in the sleeping dormitories, in the old sewing machine waiting for morning, in the gate that would open gently at sunrise. And somewhere deep inside Teniola, the little girl in the yellow raincoat finally put down the last piece of pain she had been carrying. She did not need to come back anymore. She did not need to prove anything anymore. She had become the answer to her mother's prayer. And the house that once threw her into the rain had become a home where no girl had to beg to be called daughter. The last light went off in the Bolanle wing. The center slept. The gate stayed closed, not to keep children trapped, but to keep them safe. And inside the room at the end of the hall, a new girl slept with a bag under her pillow, while across from her, Salewa's book rested on a small wooden table. On the first page were the words every girl at the center would one day learn by heart. "You are not worthless. You were never worthless. Rest first. Dream after." And this time, nobody laughed. Nobody sent her away. Nobody called her bad luck. The story ended where it should have begun, with a child sleeping safely, with a mother's love still walking through many hands, with a needle threaded for the next morning, with a gate ready to open gently, and with a legacy that no rain, no insult, no court, no shame, and no man's rejection could ever wash away. The end